60 seconds to air. Alright, how many people are at this? Wow, you are one lonely son of a bitch. Now, what's your name? Excuse me? This isn't a name given by a mother. This is a name fish out of a dumpster. Let me fix it for ya. Yeah, much better. How many questions you want? You know, if someone else did this, there'd only be 148. 30 seconds to air. Alright, here's what you want to do. You're going to see some questions and some answers. Then you want to answer right, and you'll get money if you do, and you'll lose money if you don't. Sometimes you'll get more if you answer fast, or lose if you answer fast. 10 seconds to air. Alright, increase the volume by 50%.
5,
Alright, we got
4,
the volume up.
3,
Alright,
2,
lose the video editor,
1.
and cue intro.
Inky Encore. Inky Encore.
Encore I! What the hell?
You are needed on television.
Yeah, and who could want me on television that bad?
Cookie Masterson.
Wait a minute. Cookie Masterson?
Yes, Inky Encore.
Oh! I am so sorry about that. Yeah, this time it's only gonna be my footage. Yeah, I'm not reusing someone else's video, just mine. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, our wrong answer of the game sponsors are...
Supreme Court Children's Vitamins. There may not be a lot of vitamins in hamburger, but there are plenty of vitamins in Warren Burger. Flavored eye drops. Why let your mouth have all the fun? Flavored eye drops.
Alright, come on, hit me. We need a category.
Get ready for some fun. It's question number 1. Oh yeah!
Next up, are you protected? And it looks like you can win 1,000 greenbacks for this one. Okay, we're coming at you. Heads up. Dental dam is the Ramsey's ribbed as. Secret is the brute. Pumps is the leather. Dental hygienist is the dentist. Or depends is the colon. One's made for use on a woman. One's made for use on a man. Although technically, the Ramsey's is ribbed for her pleasure.
Take your pick. What do you say?
Let's have some fun. Here comes question 1.
The category. Presidents in denial. And $1,000 is riding on this question. Hang on tight, cause here we go. Bill Clinton is to socks as Richard Nixon is to Tricky Dick, checkers, shoes, or underwear. Socks is the Clintons' cat. Checkers was the Nixon's family dog. So we've got the one that says he didn't inhale, the one that says he wasn't a crook, and the two that say they didn't make the mess on the Oval Office rug.
Okay, I need a category. Coming at you, would it still be considered necrophilia? And it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. So imagine you're at a bar full of famous dead people. If Don Juan sidles up to the bar and offers Bloody Mary a Bloody Mary, which dead woman is he trying to pick up? Mary Magdalene, Mary Queen of Scots, Mary Tudor, or Marie Antoinette? Mary Tudor was a Catholic Queen of England who got her nickname from executing so many Protestants during her reign. So she's Catholic and probably won't sleep with him, and if he crosses her, she'll cut his head off. Boy, sucks to be done. Alright, buzzing for... do a lot worse than that. Let's check out your category. Censorship. More like censorship. And right this way, please. If today's censors had the same job duties as the first Roman censors, which of these would they be doing? 41, 42. How does she do that? That's disgusting. Don't look. The original censors took census, which means they counted things, and they took a break to read the articles.
Started. How about picking a category? May I introduce 40 and several chin beards ago. We're talking $6,000 here, so pay attention. Alas, being the president of this great nation means you have some pretty big shoes to fill. In fact, what was President Abraham Lincoln's shoe size? Size 9, size 12, size 14, or size 17? Abe wore a big old size 14 shoe. Honest. Yep, Lincoln's feet were so big that sometimes when he couldn't find shoes that fit him, he had to wear stovepipe hats on his feet. Or so I've been told.
Okie doke, give me a category. Here's the category. A race to the glue factory. $1,000 for a right answer. Alright, get yourself set, it's time. Based on each horse's unique quality, which one of our equine friends listed here is specifically forbidden as a mount in official polo rules? The horse of a different color from Oz, Mr. Ed the talking horse, the blinded horse from Equus, or My Pretty Pony? Official rules of polo state that a horse used as a mount may not be blind. Well, I guess my response to that would be, duh.
Okay, I need a category. For the enjoyment of everyone during question 1, please, no unnecessary talking. Shh! For your enjoyment, it's a thin line between actor and transvestite, and you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Fire up those frontal lobes. Here's the question. If the title character from Tootsie were to play Dill from the Crying Game, what would you get? A she playing a he plays a he playing a she? A he playing a she plays a she playing a he? A she playing a he plays a she playing a he? Or a he playing a she plays a he playing a she? Tootsie, or Dorothy Michaels, is a man playing a woman. Dill is a woman who is really a man. That means... it's a he playing a she who is a he. Next question, how many hours of therapy does that equal?
Alright, I need a category.
Question 1 is taped before a live studio audience.
Shake hands with sounds like a winner. You get it right, I'm giving you $1,000. Okay, free your mind. Say the producer of Hogan's Heroes made a cameo in an episode and collided with one of the show's characters. Given their respective names, what might everyone on the set hear? Durang LeBeau, Chong Pyle, Bing Clink, or Poot Zowie. Colonel Clink is one of the characters, and Hogan's Heroes was one of the many TV shows produced by crooner Bing Crosby. And apparently the director's name was Zing Flavin' Love.
Alrighty, pick one. Here she is. She should burn the cupboard and stay warm. This one will get you $10,000. Alright, you know that nursery rhyme about old Mother Hubbard going to the cupboard to fetch her poor doggy a bone? Well... if old Mother Hubbard went to her cupboard to fetch the same thing that the president fetches from his cabinet, what could she fetch for her poor doggy? Medication, lawmakers, advice, or Air Force One? The cabinet is the group of advisors who help the president make decisions. In old Mother Hubbard's case, well, they'd probably advise her to get off her lazy butt, get a job, and stop feeding her poor dog bones. The dog's gonna choke on him.
Category, please. This one's called 6 Degrees of Animal Slaughter. You get this one right and it's $3,000. Okay, by now everyone's heard of that game 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, but suppose we play a different game, 6 Degrees of plain old regular bacon. So look at the following sequence and fill in the missing links. Slaughter pig, blank blank blank, package, serve, enjoy. Which of the following missing links completes this bacony sequence? Inject pork bellies, process slice, skin pig's head, chill press, drain of blood, hang out to dry, cut into strips, or bake pig's feet, process, get blessed by rabbi. After slaughtering, the pork bellies are pumped with injection cure, they go through thermal processing, and ultimately are sliced for packaging. God, I could go for a BL2.
Category, please. Coming at you using devilish children as role models. Get this one right, you get $1,000. Hey, figure out this formula for me. Do it now. Hillary Rodham Clinton book plus creepy flick about evil blonde alien kids equals it takes a Valley of the Dolls, it takes a Village of the Damned, it takes a City of Lost Children, or it takes a house on Sorority Row. Hillary wrote It Takes a Village and the freaky movie is Village of the Damned. Very interesting combination. On the one hand, you've got this nightmarish horror element, and on the other hand, you've got some... All you have to do now is buzz in and we'll get a value for the next question. Here's your total value for this one, $12.50. For your enjoyment, semen. Let's see how you handle this one. Which of these people is a masturbator? A palpator, a mirador, a biscuitor, or a tori... Piscator is what fishermen call each other when they want to feel a little better about themselves.
Okay, so what you want to do there is give that worm a little tug there. Yeah, just go on and tug on that worm really hard till he, till the worm fits on your hook. Yeah.
First up, Fitty and Loving It. Rapper Curtis Jackson is better known to most of us as 50 Cent. Now tell me this. If 50 Cent was actually worth 50 cents when he was born in 1975, adjusting roughly for inflation, what would his name be today? Items that cost 50 cents in 1975 would cost about $1.91 today. And that's an increase of over 300 per sizzle. Next up. Okay, to get things started, astronomy. How many Earths could you stuff into the volume of Uranus before it just couldn't take anymore? 6? You could fit a little over 63 Earths into the massive volume of Uranus. 64 if you really relax. Let's begin with Eat, Pray, Die. Which of these Julia Roberts characters would Jack the Ripper have been most likely to savagely murder? Vivian Ward is the name of the prostitute Julia Roberts plays in Pretty Woman, and almost all of serial killer Jack the Ripper's alleged victims were female prostitutes, so he'd probably have just loved to murder her. I can see it now. He'd open the box with his knife in it. She'd reach in and he'd playfully shut it, snapping her fingers. She'd laugh, he'd laugh, then he'd kill her. Time for question 1. Kicking things off, need 4 more subscribers to fund Sistine Chapel. If Michelangelo had a Patreon page, which user would be subscribed? Pope John 007, Leonardo da Vinci is the best Medici family official. Okay, what'd you pick? The Medici family ruled Florence and were some of Michelangelo's biggest patrons. Patreon makes it so simple to support the artists I love. Like, not the artists I actually love, but like my friend from college who started a music blog I never read.
How about it? Hit me with the category. The category behind this question is with real bacon bits. And this one's gonna be worth $2,000. Okay, get yourself set, it's time. Two pigs are sitting around the old manure pile discussing Baconian theory. What exactly are they talking about? Francis Bacon writing Shakespeare's plays, pork at breakfast upsetting one's biorhythms, Baconius' model of the universe, or the programming language Bacon. The theory that Sir Francis Bacon wrote Shakespeare's plays. And I suppose Sir Kenneth Wheattoast wrote his sonnet.
Come on, we need a category.
Here comes question 2. It'll make you feel brand new.
Category, let's do it. When we were very young. And this one's worth $2,000. Alright, look closely and tell me which of the following best describes this picture. Drag Queen Police, Boy George Scout, Stormtrooper Summer Camp, or picture Newt Gingrich doesn't want you to see. It looks like 80s singer Boy George in a Boy Scout outfit. And if you play by the rules and be a good scout, maybe you'll earn your pansexual pop star merit badge.
All right, hit me. Open wide and get ready for Saturday morning worship. You get this one right and it's $3,000. Think fast. If the religious philosophy called transcendental meditation were to be incorporated into a new cartoon, what might be the name of the show's lead character? Winnie the Buddha, L. Ron Mother Hubbard, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi Bear, or Reverend Sun Myung Spider Moon? The Indian Maharishi Mahesh Yogi founded the Transcendental Meditation religion.
Now repeat this mantra. I will not steal picnic baskets. I will not steal picnic baskets.
Alright, the category is keep your censorship off my private parts. You know, political correctness has gotten way out of hand. There's even a human muscle named the PC muscle. If you're having problems with your PC muscle, what's the best PC term to use in describing it? Urinarily challenged. Wow, looks like you're quite the cunning linguist. The PC muscle, or the pubococcygeal muscle, controls the flow of urine from the bladder and contributes to greater sexual pleasure in women, without offending anyone at all.
Hold. Time to select a category. This one's called Mama's Gonna Go Nuclear. $2,000 at stake on this one. Put your head between your knees. We're going down. Imagine the TV show Mama's Family had been named Mama's Nuclear Family. Which one of the following characters would have gotten to stay? Fran, her sister, Bubba, her grandson, Eunice, her daughter, or just Mama? Eunice fits very nicely into that whole dad, mom, kids, nuclear family thing. Isn't that funny? This whole time I thought that nuclear family meant they'd all be wearing space helmets or something. Now that's an idea for a...
Category time. What's it gonna...
We got spirit, yes we do. We got spirit, how about 2?
Alright, let's see what we're doing here. Plagiarism, Canadian style. You get this one right, you got $2,000 coming at you. Did you know that 2 Canadian Football League teams have the same nickname? Based on the fact that another team had the name first, which CFL team should change its nickname to the Copycats? Calgary Stampeders, Saskatchewan Roughriders, Toronto Argonauts, or Montreal Alouettes? The Saskatchewan Roughriders can trace their name all the way back to 1924, but the CFL's Ottawa Roughriders have still got them beat by 26 years. Yeah! Not much originality there, but what do you expect? They're Canadians. Hey?
Category, please. Cut the red wire! Watch out, it's gonna blow!
That was close.
Too close. Coming at you. Whatever you do, don't admit you were sleeping. This one can net you $1,000. Hey, have you been paying attention? Was the person in the last question really a man or a woman? Buzz in and type in your answer. A man? A woman? The person was genderless, or I can't remember. Tootsie's a man. I'm glad you got this straight, because I could go on asking this all day. Hey, I've got nothing better to do.
Time to pick a category. May I introduce spelling for couch potatoes? I got $2,000 says you don't know this one. Ready? Think quick, then buzz in and start typing. How do you spell relief? Make me proud, typing your... Well, you're R-I-G-H-T. R-O-L-A-I-D-S. And one night, after about 12 beers, I spelled relief S-I-N-K.
Okay, I need a category. Open wide and get ready for The Firestarter Meets the Burning Bush. $30,000 for this one. Okay, let's say that psycho guy from Prodigy gets a big head and leaves the band to start a solo career. And then his solo career sucks, so he wants to rejoin the band. If the ex-member of Prodigy is treated like the prodigal son in the New Testament, what will the rest of the band do when he tries to return? Ignore him, pierce a scarlet pea into him, slam dance on him, or throw a rave for him? Prodigy will throw a rave, just like the Bible story where a father throws a party for his prodigal son when he returns home. Yep, and it's a little known fact that Jesus used to throw 40-night raves in the desert all the time.
Right now. Okay, I need a category. Well, looks like this category is I was young, I needed the money, I was in heat. $2,000 for a correct answer. Okay, I've got a couple of centerfolds here. It's for research. Hello, Sherry. Greetings, Rhonda. Hey, baby. I mean, Lola. Who's this? Well, that's a different look. Suppose Playboy chooses the famous female Coco as its 1998 Playmate of the Year. Considering Coco's unique qualities, what would she list as her turn-ons? A clean stable in the multiplication table? Getting milked and selling used cars? Sharpening her tusks and acting in films? Or eating bananas in sign language? Coco is a gorilla who knows sign language. She uses more than 500 words. And her favorite 3 signed words are more nipple moving.
Give me a category. Open wide and get ready for worse than Sour Patch Kids on a paper cut. You give me a right answer, I'll give you $3,000. Okay, Halloween, huh? It's that time of year, and that means that... excuse me, right back.
Trick or treat!
Oh, look at you. You're an old-fashioned American girl, aren't you? Oh, your mommy and daddy must be so proud. Gee, where are your mommy and daddy? And what's with that axe? Why does it have 40 whacks written on it in blood? Oh, sweetie, have you killed your mommy and daddy, huh? Who's trick-or-treating? Carrie White, Lizzie Borden, Calamity Jane, or Belle Starr? American history tells us that Lizzie Borden was that sweet young thing that took an axe to her ma and pa. Whoa, I guess that's just how weird things can get when you've just eaten a garbage bag full of those crappy black and orange peanut butter pieces of... Grab that value. Here's what you can win on this one. $3,000. Hey, I know. How about, what color are your parachute pants? Hope you're hungry. It's question time. If Jason of Greek mythology orders a fleece from the J. Crew catalog, what color will he probably choose? Jason sought the golden fleece. Once Jason obtained the golden fleece, he and the Argonauts set sail on a quest for a new pair of khakis.
Oh yeah? Well, F you too. Which of the following sentences is actually offensive? Your fundament is your hiney, your keister, your ass. And if it's gelatinous, you probably got junk in your fundament. And now... I call this one... $5 artwork. Suppose Jackson Pollock had become a sandwich artist at Subway. What would his supervisor have noted about his performance? Waste. Pollock was a pioneer of the drip method, a style where forceful, rapid, and impulsive strokes of paint, were directly applied onto the canvas. And in the time it took to complete this question, 5 new subways just opened up in your town. Enjoy! I call this one, If I Only Had a Brain Trust. Suppose the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz faced off against the Wicked Witch of the West in a public debate. If he wanted to use a straw man argument against her, what might he do? A straw man argument purposefully misrepresents an opponent's position in order to strike it down. Here's how I would debate the Wicked Witch. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the 2 candidates you see here tonight is a Wicked Witch. Thank you, I yield the rest of my time.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Take a good look at Turtles All the Way Down. Going by the Divine Comedy, are there more levels of hell or seasons of Entourage? There is more hell than Entourage. There is more Entourage than hell. There is an equal hell and Entourage, or there is no hell. So what'd you pick? According to Dante, there are 9 levels of hell, but there are only 8 seasons of Entourage. Look, I suppose it's possible HBO will greenlight a comeback season for Entourage, and then this question would be wrong. So I continue to be exactly the same level of hopeful that there is not another season of Entourage.
Okay, pick a category.
Question 3.
The category, rollin', rollin', rollin'. And we will pay out $3,000 for this one. Okay, let's get this ball rolling. How is roulette in Monte Carlo different from roulette in Vegas? There are 38, not 36 numbers. There is only 1 0. The wheel spins in the opposite direction, or the squares are blue and red, not black and red. Monte Carlo, there's only 1 0 on the wheel.
Go ahead and pick one.
Put on your pens for the naked dance.
3. This category is On the Highway to Hell. Get this right, get $2,000. Okay, you're speeding your way through Europe and you hit someone with your car. You don't have time to stop and look though, and you keep going. You notice that as you go through Italy, people point and yell Babbo Natale. In France, they cry Père Noël, and in Finland, they scream Ukko. Who is plastered across your grill? The Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, Baby New Year, or Father Time? Better be on the lookout for pissed off elves. You just pulled a hit and run job on Santa. You are definitely going to be put on the naughty list for that.
I need a category.
1, 2, praise be almighty 3.
This category is known as Reasons Not to Buy a Watch from the Guy in a Raincoat. Get it right, I'm handing over $2K. Put it in gear, cause here we go. If the watches and artist Salvador Dali's Persistence of Memory were to be promoted in a commercial, what tagline would be most appropriate? Takes a punching and keeps on munching, takes a belting and keeps on melting, takes a cleaning and keeps on screaming, or takes a whacking and keeps on quacking? The clocks and Dolly's Persistence of Memory all appear to be melting. To which I say, hey Dolly, keep your swatch away from the heater. Hey, buzz into some... This one's called Censorship and Hardwood. Alright, just shy of $4,300 for this one. Let's see if you can take advantage of it. If you tie a blue ribbon around the old oak tree, what cause are you supporting? The Blue Ribbon Campaign is for free speech online. You should consider publishing photos of your oak tree on your homepage, because none of the online freaks will ever go outside to see it.
TV show. Go ahead and pick one of these. Yeah, Chest Strut Fits Dime Whore.
It's time for a Lippman Mustang.
Your category for today is Give me your poor, your sarcastic ballpark urinals. Right out of the gate, this one's gonna be worth 10 grand. Okay, as soon as you figured out what this gibberish phrase rhymes with, buzz in, because I'll be taking away some cash every second and a half. Okay, buzz in and start typing when you know what this rhymes with. Full of whiz, hey, fun! And please, don't let the punctuation throw you. Your first clue, it's how you become an American. I mean, besides shooting something. Okay, it's how you become an American when you're from another country. And your last clue, it's very natural. You know, you don't need a green card to buzz in. Too slow. Oh, come now. It's the American dream of every immigrant to one day achieve catcher full of whiz fun. Yes, that is the proud day when immigrants prove for certain that they know more about American history than any American does.
How about it? Hit me with the category.
Ooh, right in the threes. That's gotta hurt. 3.
This one's gonna be, thank God her name isn't Splooging, and there's $1,000 riding on this one. On your marks, get set, here's the question. If Peggy Fleming were practicing the sport for which she's famous and let fly with some phlegm, what would she have? A wet goober in a pool, loogies on ice, a hawker soaring through the upper atmosphere, or oysters on AstroTurf? Peggy Fleming is an ice skater. And I'm sure she never hawks phlegm. But if she did, do you think she could make it spin around 3 times before it hit the ground?
All right, hit me.
A question so real you can almost touch it. Filmed in spectacular 3D.
Say hello to Something's in the Kitchen with Martha. You get this one right and it's $3,000. Hungry? Not for long. Take a look at this recipe and get ready to buzz in. Add live field mice to 1 cup boiling water. Stir. Serve warm on crackers and sandwiches or mixed with wild vegetation. Great on those cold Yukon nights. Serves 1. What cookbook is this recipe from? Never Cry Wolf, Quick Dinners, Cool Hand Luke, Cholesterol-Free Meals, The Home Cooking Jungle Book, or Cooking with Willard. Charles Martin Smith learns how wolves survive in the Yukon by eating field mice in Never Cry Wolf. Eating boiled mice might explain why his only friend was an Eskimo with rotten teeth.
Category, please.
We're losing him down
My count. 1, 2, 3. Never mind.
Coming at you. Beauty is only screen deep. $2,000 for a correct answer. Okay, you know all about the ugly duckling that turns into a swan, right? If the fairy tale, The Ugly Duckling, ended the same way the Ugly Duckling TV movie The Girl Most Likely To does, what would you see? Ugly Duckling has beak enlargement. Ugly Duckling turns into swan, kills ducks. Ugly Duckling ends own pathetic life in pond, or Ugly Duckling teaches birds value of beauty. The Girl Most Likely To is the greatest made-for-TV movie about a not-so-attractive girl who becomes beautiful and kicks the living crap out of everyone who ever tormented her. I think there's a very valuable lesson to be learned here. Beautiful people are dangerous and should be taken out with firearms.
I need a category. May I introduce? That's one big freaking pool. And you pocket 20,000 clams if you get this one. Hey, you ever play that game in the swimming pool called Marco Polo? You know, someone goes, Marco, and then everyone else goes, Polo, and then you try to catch them? Well, if you're playing Marco Polo with people from the country in which Marco explored, who are you trying to grab? A Chinese person in a Speedo, a skinny dipping Italian, an American with a nose plug, or a shriveled and pruny Jamaican? Marco Polo's writings about his journeys in China inspired other explorers to set off around the world. It really sucks playing Marco Polo with him in the pool, though, because every time you say Marco, he just goes, what? Rouge.
I need a category. Well, what do we have here?
We are liking this Howard Stern of yours.
And it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. Just step up and take a swing at this one. Suppose Howard Stern began his broadcasting career at Radio Free Europe. Considering Radio Free Europe's history, what would you most likely hear Howard say? I think that's rat fur on Hitler's upper lip. Pierre, get the Eiffel Tower out of your butt. Anarchists revolt naked. Or, ladies, I can see through that iron curtain. Radio Free Europe broadcasts news and commentary to countries behind the Iron Curtain.
Forget calling city Petrograd or Leningrad. Henceforth, it will be known as Fartmangrad.
Wax. Time to pick a category. The category is, are you ready for some Halloween? You get it right, you get 2K. All right, give me your best shot. Suppose the author of the poem The Raven were the mascot for the football team, the Baltimore Ravens. What would you expect to see during a game? Edgar Allan Poe leading cheers, E.E. Cummings in a furry suit, Nathaniel Hawthorne doing cartwheels, or Herman Melville shaking hands with fans. That sick, twisted bastard Edgar Allan Poe wrote The Raven. 1, 2, 3, 4. When's the next time we're going to score? Value time. Let's make this one worth 2,250 smackers. This category is, what's the Pope doing in the woods? Okay, so we all have an idea of what a bear does in the woods, right? Well then, what does a shitta do in the woods? It's a tree. A really stinky tree. And when no one's around to hear it fall, this is the sound it makes.
Oh, for the love of God, don't just stand there, you stupid squirrel! Somebody help me, I'm falling!
I left my Hackensack in New Jersey, and you guessed it, this one's a dis or dat. Here we go. I'm going to read you a list of 7 names. For each one, you need to tell me if it's a town in New York State or a medical condition. If it's in New York State, press 1. If it's a medical condition, press 2. To skip it and give a second opinion later, press 4. Each correct diagnosis picks up $250. Each mistake costs you $250. And like someone swimming in the East River, you'll want to make it quick. Finish in less than 30 seconds and get extra. Ready? Then tell me dis or dat. Stat. Pink eye, Gopher's nose, leg, goat neck, saddle rock, horse heads, butternuts, Yonkers. Well, I'm not looking forward to it, but pretty soon my physicals are going to start involving my Erie Canal. And on its way. Up next, who's the dummy? So, I've been practicing ventriloquism lately, and I'm getting pretty good. I just have a little trouble with my B's, P's, and M's. Anyway, I'd like to introduce my partner, Billy O'Brien. Say hello, Billy O'Brien. Hello, Dilly O'Brien.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me. Billy, it's good to see you.
Wish I could say the same thing, Dunny.
Just get on with the question.
Calm down, Mr. Nan. So I've been planning a trick to get away from this, Dunny. That for some unresolved legal troublings, I can't have a task tort. Which of these tropical destinations is a U.S. territory and therefore wouldn't require a task tort to travel to? Guam is United States territory.
You know, Billy, wherever you go, I have to go too.
You think I don't know that? You know how embarrassing it is for me when I'm on a date and I need you to unzip my pants?
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Next, getting naughty. And this dis or dat leg's being tied up. I'm gonna read off 7 names, and for each one, you tell me if it's the name of a necktie knot, or The name of a sex position recommended by Women's Health magazine. If it's a necktie knot, press the X button. If it's a sex position, press the B button. Ready? Let's go. The Trinity. The Chairman. Oh God, yes. My usual sex position is also the way I usually tie a tie, alone in front of a mirror.
Why don't we do it with three?
There is no hiding from ask your doctor if toys are right for you. Hey, over here. Hello? Now that I have your attention, it's time for this or that. I'm gonna read off 7 names, and for each one I want you to tell me if it's a brand of fidget spinners or a doctor-prescribed ADHD medication. Don't think too hard, I'm only giving you a few seconds to decide between a fidget spinner or an ADHD drug. Ready? Good. Zec-Pro. Quillavant. Trianium. Addison. Daytrana. Focalin. Drowsbuster. Mistakes are for the weak. Now let's keep going.
How about it? Hit me with a category.
4.
Here's the category. A whole lot of calculating going on. I'm paying out $2,000 if you get this one right. Get your eyes focused on the screen. Here we go. If you encounter a Google of gaggles, what have you come across? 10 to the 10th power pairs of eyewear, 10 to the 5th power bottles of mouthwash, 1 to the 100th power bowls of stew, or 10 to the 100th power of flocks of geese. A Google is 10 to the 100th power, a gaggle is a flock of geese. That's a hell of a lot of goose guano.
Okay, pick a category. And this question's category is... Okay, but where are his fangs? This one's gonna be $3,000. Alright, fingers limbered, cause here comes the question. Suppose they made a sequel to Dracula called Furcula. Based on the name of this new vampire, what would be the most likely form for our monster to take? An undead tree, an undead spoon, an undead winter coat, or an undead wishbone? Wishbone.
We have captured the dreaded Furcula. Now, Mr. Harker, make a wish.
Category, please. Here we have, get a real job, Alice Cooper. Looks like this one's going for $1,000. Hey everybody, you know who Alice Cooper is, right? The king of 70s shock rock? Well, if Alice Cooper reworked his old hit No More Mr. Nice Guy into a song about Coopers, what would make the best title? No More Mr. Wheelwright, No More Mr. Barrel Maker, No More Mr. Chicken Farmer, or No More Mr. Blacksmith? A Cooper is someone who makes barrels. Yeah, I don't know though, a huge barrel with flame shooting out the top just doesn't sound nearly as frightening as a giant skull. Oh, maybe it's just me. Okay, your category is... I'll wash your thesaurus out with soap. And now the question. Which of these is not a dirty word? Abluted means washed clean. So it's not really dirty, unless you say something is f***ing abluted.
Go ahead, pick one of these. Let's have a big warm welcome for, sincerely, Miss Hottie Pants. And you pocket $4,000 if you get this one right. Think fast, it's question time. If you wrote a letter to Penthouse Forum using standard block style, which of these would be most appropriate to do with your name? Put Forney in Harrisburg in italics. Place Monin in Montana, flush left. Indent Wet in Wichita, 2 spaces, or center Lubed in Louisiana above the date. Block style is the standard business style in which all information is typed flush left.
Billy, how many times have I told you that's not the proper way to use a...
Okay, pick a category. 4! The category? Baseball shorthand and teen angst. Okay, swing this one and I'll give you $2,000. So, you feeling anxious? Me too. Let's go. If Holden Caulfield from the novel The Catcher in the Rye were a baseball catcher, which number would a scorekeeper use to identify him? 2, 6, 9, or 11? Number 2. Only instead of a catcher's mask and a chest protector, Holden prefers simply to wear a straitjacket. Okay, pick a category.
Let's give a nice warm welcome to Enough with the Die Hard thing. $1,000 at stake on this one. You know how the entire movie Die Hard takes place in a single night? Well, if screenwriters had to pitch one setting movies in Die Hard terms, which film would be pitched as being kind of like Die Hard at a table? My Dinner with Andre, Table for 5, Naked Lunch, or Breakfast at Tiffany's? My Dinner with Andre takes place in one restaurant at one table for 2 hours.
Yippee-ki-yay! Mother of God, where is our appetizer?
Give me a category.
4!
Hey. I believe this one is called I'm Crazy. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Let's see what you'll do for $1,000. All right, listen up. Imagine that you've been diagnosed with multiple personality disorder. You have 2 distinct personalities. Sometimes you feel normal, while at other times you're completely insane. Based on their TV ads, which products might make you their poster child? Budweiser and Bud Light, Count Chocula and Blueberry, Mounds and Almond Joy, or Crazy Glue and Elmer's Glue? Mounds and Almond Joy advertise together because, well, you know, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't, you see? But the really tough days are the ones that make you feel like nougat. I know.
Category, please. The category is art and self-mutilation, and it's worth $20,000 if you get this one right. Hey, you know how some people say artists are like the most stylish of people? Well, you tell me. If dead Dutch artist Vincent van Gogh were alive today, which of these trendy piercings would he not be able to get? Nose rings in both nostrils, eyebrow rings in both eyebrows, earrings in both ears, or nipple rings in both nipples? In a fit of depression, Vincent van Gogh cut off one of his own ears. So that's how that whole single earring fad got started. Well, that's good to know.
All right, hit me. This one likes to go by caught between 2 rocks in a straight place, and you pocket $2,000 if you get this one.
She's pissed.
He's pissed. We're pissed. So pissed about a question. We're pissed about.
Okay, I've got a pissed about a question letter, and this particular complaint is from one Betsy L. And Betsy writes, on the April Fool's episode, the question asked what were the 2 places between the Bering Strait. I hit Alaska and Russia, but the game said I was wrong and that Cape Horn and the Cape of Good Hope were the right answers. Do you want parents, teachers, and right-wing politicians saying the staff writers at You Don't Know Jack really don't know Jack? Well, we certainly wouldn't want that, Betsy, but what would parents, teachers, and right-wing politicians probably say to Betsy L in response to her letter? No, Betsy, you don't know Jack. Sorry, Betsy, here's a refund. April Fools! Or they would ignore her. As you noted yourself, Betsy, it was the April Fool's episode. You know, right is wrong, left is right, the world is wacky and anything's possible. Guess we fooled you. But you know what, Betsy? Next time, we'll just stick to telling you your shoelaces are on.
Alright, pick a category. Hey, bless smut with dime store.
It's time for a Intermission Best Month.
Your gibberish category for today is soccer hooligans and self-discipline. I'm gonna open the value of this gibberish question at $5,000. Okay, you're gonna have about 30 seconds to solve this thing, but every second and a half I'm gonna take some of that cash back. Okay, get ready to buzz in and start typing when you know the movie title that this rhymes with. Come on, start typing and hit return. Oh, it's a classic story. Boy meets girl, girl meets fish-like thing reaches slimy tentacle toward audience. Time to pick a value. For this one, I'll give you $47.50. Your category is going to be Never Gamble with Buffalo Chips. One question coming right up. If a real estate agent wants to sell a home and needs to disguise the fact that buffalo constantly roam the yard and the deer and antelope always play in the basement, how should she list it? 2 bedrooms. Buffalo, deer, and antelope are all plant eaters. Herbivores.
And if you look in here, you'll see just a darling sun porch.
4. I only eat non-fiction food. Which of these mascots is completely made up and not based on a real person? Betty Crocker is a totally fictional character made up for General Mills. General Mills, also not an actual soldier. And up next... Everybody Quattro! Everybody Quattro! Hey! Coming up, I'll dance, but I'm not wearing a hard hat. Which of these characters is not dressed to resemble a member of the Village People? Construction worker, cop, and cowboy are all Village People. Pirate is not. I always wondered what village those people came from. Wherever it was, it seemed very fun and career-oriented. Why not try shop till everyone drops? Say at Christmas time, every single item at your local mall sells out. According to a popular grim fairy tale, which of these stores has the best chance to be magically stocked overnight by hardworking elves? One right answer coming up. In the grim fairy tale, The Elves and the Cobbler, a poor shoemaker is given some much-needed help by elves who appear in the middle of the night. And while the shoemaker made a nice profit, the elves were trampled to death on Black Friday. I think your vision's blurred. But clear your eyes tastefully with these flavored eye drops. All those in flavor, say aye. This wrong answer, the game has earned you $4,000. Don't spend it all in one place. I call this one, It's a Thinker. Let's see what Marmaduke is up to. You can't eat a whole turkey! Why do giant dogs make me laugh so much? Because of my limbic system, because of my cerebrum, because of my cerebellum, or because of my brainstem? Hope you like what you picked. The limbic system's hippocampus and the amygdala work in concert to create laughter. So if you don't find this game funny, it's not our fault. Your brain is wrong.
Alright, come on, hit me. We need a category.
Question 5.
The name of this category is This Light's For You. Pop a right answer for this one, you got 3,000 greenbacks. Okay, hang tight, put your fingers on your buzzers. Here's the question. If those Bud Light commercials took place in England and you ordered lights, what would you get? 2 tabletop dancers, a beer, a scotch and soda, or beef longs? beef lungs. You should see what you get when you order a highball over there.
How about it? We need a category.
Number 5.
This one's gonna be... Are we almost to hell yet? Get it right, get $2,000. Okay, when you know the answer, buzz in and start typing. Let's say Satan is taking his family on a nice little vacation. The Dark Angel of Death and his minions are traveling cross country from their home in New Jersey to visit Devil's Tower. Which state is their ultimate destination? Go nuts! Type in your... Devil's Tower is in Wyoming. It's nice that the Devil family could go on a real vacation this year. The last vacation they took was just a long weekend at Rush Limbaugh's house.
Okay, pick a category.
Let's blow this time and head for number 5.
Say hello to May You Never Be So Desperate. And you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Okay, get ready to type. Which television personality might have placed the following personal ad? Single white male in search of bee for bonnet. Usually lasts for 3 minutes, but not all 60. Ever notice my likes, the things you used to be able to do? Does it make me a bad person if I dislike everything else? When you know the answer, hit your buzzer and type it in. Let's see what you think. 3 minutes or so with Andy Rooney is the part of 60 Minutes where Andy gets to complain about everything he notices in life. And did you ever wonder why they use so many initials in the personal ads? Hit your buzzer to... Are you sitting down? Well, of course you are. You're at a computer. At any rate... Oh, get out of here! It's time for a dis or dat question. And this dis or dat questions category is... I see no evil, but I can smell it a mile away. Okay, I'm gonna list off 7 people, and for each one I want you to tell me if they're someone who sees no evil, someone who hears no evil, or someone who neither sees nor hears evil. As each one comes up, if it's someone who just sees no evil, press 1. If it's someone who just hears no evil, press 2. Press 3 if it's both. If you're not sure, press 4. For each right answer, you get some cash. And you're gonna lose some for each one you get wrong or that you don't get to. Okay, you have 30 seconds to get all of them. And keep an eye on the wire. When it fills up, you're done. Let's do it. Stevie! Morley Matler! Villain Cut! Oedipus! Rachel! Look at them! Goodness gracious, dis, dat, whatever, you had it down. Take a look at your score.
Colon.
Tell me which category you want. Get yourself ready for the autopilot needs to call his auto lawyer. Better wake up, because there's $6,000 at stake here. So you've heard of couples who sneak into the bathrooms of airplanes and, do it? Anyway, suppose a couple sneaks into the bathroom of an airplane to break some blue sky laws. What will they be doing? Disobeying securities regulations, defying casino licenses, ignoring clean air statutes, or violating trade embargoes. Oh, yeah, baby. You lock that door and show me that portfolio. A blue sky law regulates the sale of stocks, bonds, and other securities. After you get fired for breaking them, they give you a nice golden pair.
Alright, come on, hit me.
Here they come spinning out of the turn. It's question 5, by a nose.
And this category is things that make rhythmic gymnasts feel all superior. Okay, this isn't going to be easy, but you're looking at $3,000. Everything in place? Because here she comes. Sure, it's tough to get worked up over yachting and table tennis, but our Olympic forefathers also had some excitement challenge sports. Which of the following has never been an Olympic event? Rope climbing, swimming, obstacle race, caber tossing, or live pigeon shoot? Saber tossing is part of the Highland Games, but has never been an Olympic event. Even the ancients knew that throwing your big stick around is no reason to win a medal.
I need a category.
Piece of crime all the time. 5.
Here we have habeas corpus, why haven't you writ? And we're talking 2,000 for this baby. Grease yourself up and get ready to wrestle. If Timothy Bottoms attended a reunion of the actors from The Paper Chase, what could he ask the woman who played his girlfriend? Are you still working for Charlie? Ever go back to that island of Amazons? How's that bionic ear working out? Or did you ever discover the facts of life? Lindsay Wagner was Timothy Bottom's girlfriend in The Paper Chase and was later the Bionic Woman. That's why I hate going to reunions. All my old girlfriends have great careers or are married and have bionic ear.
All right, pick a category. Let's take a look at what did you mean by that? How does $2,000 sound? Okay, for this one, you have to pretend you're really stupid. Say you tune into each of the following sitcoms for the first time and hear these characters' famous catchphrases. Which character might you think works for NASA's Mission Control? Peg Bundy from Married with Children, Ralph Cramden from The Honeymooners, Urkel from Family Matters, or Archie Bunker from All in the Family? Good old Ralphie boy frequently threatens to send his wife Alice flying into space when he says, "To the moon, Alice!" So you might think that Ralph works for Mission Control, and if you're that stupid, you probably also think that Jackie Gleason is just a cheap imitation of that amazing actor Fred Flintstone.
Okay, pick a category. Well now, what do we have here? Hey, you just picked a dis or dat. This dis or dat's category name is It Came from Outer Space, or Perry Farrell's Mind. Okie dokie, I'm gonna list off 7 words, and for each word I want you to tell me if it's the name of a music festival or a science fiction movie. As each word comes up, if it's a music festival, press 1. If it's a sci-fi movie, press 2. And to skip, press 4. $5,000 for each right answer, and $5,000 will be taken away if you get it wrong or don't get to it. Alrighty, bring out the monkey. Let's boogie. Chud, music festival is Horde. Roar. Wart. Mimic. Further. Last one. Doom. That's all she wrote. Perfect. No time to spare. There you go. Enjoy your moment. Okay, that's enough. Let's move on.
Untied. Okay, pick a category. The selection is, he's dating a woman old enough to be his ancestor. This one's worth $1,000. Hey, it's time for another episode of the dating game. Which of these bachelors would be the best at dating some old fossil? Bachelor number H1, bachelor number C14, bachelor number O3, or bachelor number N12? Carbon-14 is a carbon isotope used in dating fossils as old as 50,000 years.
And bachelor number C14 is a spontaneous radioactive guy who knows how to have a good time. He says he's the half-life of every...
All right, I need a category. Well, what do we have here? Minions of hell say, "Be kind, rewind." Let's see what you'll do for $1,000. Pencils ready. Let's do it. Given it has the same name as one of Mexico's biggest holidays, which horror flick might be a hot single at a south-of-the-border blockbuster video? Season of the Witch, The Day of the Dead, Flesh Feast, or Geek Maggot Bingo? El Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, is an annual Mexican holiday where deceased loved ones are honored. And apparently it involves lots of food. Flan. here's what you're working with. $3,000. You feel like smashing a couple of bugs? You're about to bug out. Okay, listen up. This is really easy. All you have to do is buzz in to squash the bugs that don't belong. For example, if the clue is red things, just hit your buzzer on the bug that doesn't belong, which in this case is the thing that is not red. If you're wrong, I'm gonna have to take away some cash. If you're right, well then I'll give you some cash. And you'll be working up to a final round value of $3,000. Okay, campers, let's see if you can earn a merit badge. States west of the Mississippi, buzz in when you see one that isn't. The Jungle Book characters. Items on an Explorer Swiss Army knife. Actors in the movie Grand Canyon. Poisonous snakes, U.S. mountain ranges. Members of the Swiss Family Robinson. Hey, not bad for no competition, loser. Let's move on.
When does Jack Bauer poop? So you've probably seen this show, 24. It's all set on one day over real time. So everything happens in the time it would really take. Because sure, you can drive across LA in 20 minutes easy. But there are 24 hours in a day and 24 episodes a season. However, if you take out commercials, each episode of 24 is really only 42 minutes long. So how much time do we lose from every day of 24? 18 minutes of commercials times 24 episodes equals 432 minutes of lost time. 7 hours and 12 minutes. Which is practically a full night's sleep. I mean, I could be shot, tortured, and blown up every day, too, if I get a full night's sleep. Now, coming up...
Where's the vibe, girl? Rock my world, girl. Ooh, yeah.
Here we have Pope Rock, and it's a dis or dat. Now, I'm gonna read off 7 names. For each one, tell me if it's the name of a pope or the name of a Britney Spears song. If it's a pope, press your B button. If it's from Britney, press your X button. Each one right gets you 300 delicious communion wafers. Each one wrong costs you 300 strands of hair. And God says you must finish this thing in 30 seconds or less, or he will send Kevin Federline to your house. We good? Here we go. Innocent. May the Lord and Britney Spears in a Catholic schoolgirl costume be with you. Another thing the Pope and Britney have in common, neither of them wear panties. Here we have Okia Dokia. If you're driving between company headquarters, which trip should be the shortest? Nokia is based in Finland, and IKEA is based right next door in Sweden. Kia is based in South Korea. Whether it's phones, furniture, or cars, if it's got Kia in the name, you know it's gonna be cheap. I mean inexpensive. Inexpensive! It's time for Candy Republic. Suppose scientists discover that peanut butter is sentient and can feel pain. Look, it could happen. How might this influence the candy industry? It would affect Reese's sales. It would affect Reese's sales. It would affect Reese's sales. Or let's see how that shook out. Affect with an A is the proper verb, and Reese's is spelled like, well, this. Remember, there's no wrong way to devour a sentient life form.
How about it? Hit me with the category. Uh-oh, mess butt tit slime chore.
It's time for a Snickerfish restaurant.
Alright, now here's your category for this gibberish question. Classic literature and nifty hairstyles. Opening value on this gibberish question, $5,000. Okay, now remember, the faster you solve this puzzle, the more money you win. Okay, now don't let the punctuation throw you off. With what does this rhyme? Hair more, Bart. Wow, homie. Oh. Let's see what you got, sir type. O fragrant success, thy smell is sweet. Thou hast scored whale syrup.
Come on, we need a category.
Oh, this is really big. This thing is huge. Sex!
The category is a lot at stake. $2,000 for right answer. We all know beauty pageants treat women like pieces of meat. Suppose it were a meat beauty pageant. Considering the literal translation of their names, which dish would you expect to win? Steak tartare, filet mignon, ribeye, or steak au gratin? Filet mignon, literally cute filet. She might win based on her looks, but she won't be as popular in the talent competition as the New York Strip.
Okay, I need a category. The category is, that's not a smokestack, it's really big incense. This one's worth $1,000. Hey, did you hear the news? There's a tiny little unknown chemical company out there that's trying to fight the system and make a difference. Imagine this. Suppose Dow Chemical used the phrase the Tao of Dow as its new mission statement. Loosely translated, what would this company be trying to get its employees to do? See the light of chlorinated solvents? Discover the way of cellulose ethers? Learn the power of polyurethane? Or feel the energy of industrial foams? Tao means the way. And apparently it's either Tao's way or the highway. Now, coming up, Tipper Gore. So, you want to see the question? Yeah, me too. Here we go. Say Tipper Gore treats her husband Al to a $50 dinner. If Tipper Gore is a good tipper, what is the smallest amount she should leave as a tip? $7.50? Yeah, that'd be the customary 15% tip. Which leaves her and Al just enough money to buy a few Two Live Crew albums to burn when they get home.
Or a shoot. Wanna pick a category? Okay, give it up for how many points is MORON worth? Give me a correct answer, I'll give you $6,000. Hey kids, it's Howdy Doody time. Which of the following versions of Scrabble would have the most pieces? Japanese, Sanskrit, Arabic, or Chinese? What? The Chinese language has roughly 50,000 characters in their alphabet.
Hey, that's not a word. You're just throwing down squiggly lines randomly.
No, it's a word. It means, fortune.
Okie doke, give me a category. Uh-oh, West Truck licks 9 more.
It's time for a ticklish testo.
This gibberish questions category is Tin Woodsman and Embarrassing Situations. The opening value is $5,000. Now you're going to have about 30 seconds to solve this puzzle, but I'll be taking a little bit of money away every second and a half. Hello, tell me something. What famous quote does this rhyme with? Tin Bun tore a zipper. Okay, let's see if you know it. So when the chips are down, coach, and the brakes are beating the boys, I want you to tell them to go out there and tin bun tore a zipper. Sorry, Gip, but to be honest, the guys never liked you all that much.
Okay, I need a category. Hey, dummy, look on the back. Oh, that's cute. That's really cute, guys. Somebody wrote a number on the back of this cue card. And you know what that means? Well, it's good news. It means we're going on a fiber optic field trip to Canton, Massachusetts. And Canton has an area code of 617. Hey kids, go pack a sack lunch, cause we're going on a fiber optic field trip. Oh, well that must be around the Boston area someplace. Okay, let's take a look at the Canton white pages. Yeah, give me that. Give it to me. All right. And let's call Peter Martha's ass. God, why don't we ever get a Joe Smith? All right, it's ringing.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, is there a Peter Okay, I give.
It's Marathis. Who is this?
Marathis? My name's Cookie, and I'm the host of a movie trivia game, in spite of my speech impediment, and it's put out by You Don't Know Jack.
What'd you say your name was?
Cookie. Anyway, we picked your name at random.
Cookie?
Yeah.
Oh,
what?
that's an interesting name.
Yeah, well, it's no Marathis, but I like it. Anyway, the reason I'm calling is, we wanted to know if you could help us out for a minute. Here's my question. Do you like the movies?
I like the movies, yeah.
Great. Well, do you think you could come up with some sort of a trivia question for us?
Like, what? Facts about movies?
Yeah, that would definitely fall into the realm of movie trivia. So if I hook you up with one of our producers, do you think you might be able to come up with something?
Yeah, I think I could do that.
Good. All right, don't hang up. Someone's going to be with you in a second, and we'll be getting back to Peter Marathis of Canton, Mass. later in the game. And right now, let's have some more categories. All right, hit me.
Password. Yeah, tell him 6 sent me.
I proudly present a shoe of any other color still stinks, and it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. Heads up, here it comes. If somebody switched Ronald McDonald's floppy red clown shoes with the title shoes from the 1948 film The Red Shoes, what would happen? Ronald would be chased by the CIA, Ronald would jump great distances, Ronald would compulsively kick people, or Ronald would dance until he died. In the 1948 film The Red Shoes, ballerina Moira Shearer performs the Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale about a pair of red shoes that cause their wearer to dance until she dies. Hi, Billy! How's your lunch?
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Throw me a category. Open wide and get ready for don't try this at home or you'll have to leave. $3,000 for this one. Uh-oh, looks like another show's producers have crossed the line again, except this time it's not with the FCC, it's with Immigration and Naturalization Services. Since it has a premise which could get someone kicked out of the country, which series would most likely receive INS scrutiny? I Married Joan, I Married Dora, I Had 3 Wives, or Married with Children? I Married Dora. It's this 1980s show about a single father who illegally marries his Latin American housekeeper to save her from deportation. Gee, what a courageous act. A guy marries a woman to get free laundry. The premise men behaving badly can only dream about.
Alrighty, pick one. This bad boy is... They both produce manure. 10,000 beanies if you get this one. Here's the pitch. If you're a jackass and a horse's ass, what are you? A mule, an ox, a wildebeest, or a zebra? Hey, cross a female horse with a male donkey, you got yourself a mule. Not to be confused with the offspring of a male horse and a female donkey, which is a hinny, or just a plain old ass, which is a hiney.
Party.
I need a category. And I believe this one's called More Reasons to Stay Home Saturday Night. And you're playing for $3,000 cash money. Flex those fingers, cause here it comes. If you get turned down by someone for a date because you're just not their genotype, which of the following is most likely true? Your genetic makeup doesn't suit them, you're not their preferred gender, your body odor turns them off, or you're just plain ugly. An organism's genotype is its genetic composition. That's why I always use the line, look baby, I'm really sorry, but it's just not going to work out until you change your genetic...
Throw me a category. Let's have a big warm welcome for But It's Just Not Breakfast Without Blood Sausage. You're looking at $3,000 on this one. Alright, okay. Fat, calories, sugar, salt. Hey, everybody's got to cut down on something, right? If Dracula decides to cut back on his intake of red blood cells, what disease should he look for in his victims? Diabetes, hemophilia, hypertension, or anemia? Anemia is characterized by a lack of red blood cells. I was fat, but then I tried a handy anemia shake for breakfast and lunch, plus a modest dinner. Look at me now! Time to choose a value. The price on this question is $3,750. Well, look what I found. I have friends in institutional places. Pencils ready. Let's do it. Suppose you want to spring your convict pen pal. Who doesn't? If the only thing between him and the open sky is a set of metal bars, what kind of saw should you bake into his cake? A ripped... Anybody who watches the Home and Garden Network can tell you that buck saws, rip saws, and crosscut saws are used on wood, while hacksaws cut through metal. Hey, perhaps your convict pen pal can also use the hacksaw to cut the prison soap into smaller, more manageable pieces, so as to be sure not to drop them in the shower.
David Blaine's final stunt. Say magician David Blaine locks himself in an airtight box for 20 days and things don't work out and he dies. According to Dante's Inferno, which level of hell will David Blaine end up in? According to Dante, the 8th circle of hell was for the fraudulent, and he included diviners, astrologers, and magicians in that group. Their punishment was to have their head twisted backwards, then sliced in two and turned into a white dove. And coming up next...
Next, I pezzed my pants. Suppose Pez comes out with a Perez Hilton dispenser. If your Perez Hilton Pez is packed completely full of Pez, just like Perez is chock full of juicy celebrity gossip, how many Pez could you suck from Perez's neck? 8? A standard Pez dispenser, whether shaped like Perez or not, holds 12 pieces of candy. And they say eating too much candy is bad for your health, but I have to say it's probably better for you than reading his blog. Here's one for you. Muscle milk was a bad choice. Say the news team from the Anchorman films decides to run a relay race against a rival news team. If Ron Burgundy is his team's anchor, when will he run? In a relay race, the anchor, usually the fastest runner, goes last. And they would probably promote the race so incessantly that by the time it actually took place, you wouldn't be that interested in seeing it anymore.
6 trombones is not a parade.
Why not try Felicia Day of Atonement? Which memoir is by Felicia? Sorry, why did I read it that way? Okay, let's try that again. Which memoir is by Felicia? I did it again. But which one is, by Felicia? Wild, You're Never Weird on the Internet, Almost, I Feel Bad About My Neck, or I Am Malala. And how do we do? You're Never Weird on the Internet, Almost, is the title of the memoir by New York Times bestselling author Felicia Day. And I'll read anything. Bye, Felicia. Damn it!
Okay, pick a category.
Dabba-dooba-dabbin', question 7.
This one's gonna be Great Balls of Fire. A right answer will get you 2 G's for this question. Hope you're ready, because here's one coming at you. A white dwarf is a star that is always found in groups of 7, abnormally faint for its high density, composed entirely of burning helium, or located in the constellation Tattoo. Abnormally faint because it's near gravitational collapse. And you know, when you're a few billion years old, you're pretty tired. You're ready to collapse.
Take your pick. What do you say? And we call this one Mad Dogs and English Women. This might be a hard one. $3,000. Okay, now listen up. You're driving down King's Road in London when your cab accidentally sprays a pedestrian with mud and oh no, it's Princess Di! As you drive away, you can see the fair princess waving her fist in the air and cursing wildly. Noting her anger, what might your cabbie call her? A Tweety, a Cheeky Chelsea, a Dim Duchess, or a Shirty Bird? Shirty is British slang for angry, and a bird is a girl. I guess Di would be pretty pissed after a mud splash, but hey, at least a bird didn't shirt on her.
Alright, hit me.
7, lucky 7.
Shake hands with. It's a dog. It's a game for old people. Wait, it's both. And we got $3,000 in the pot. Remember that song about the farmer and his dog? Well, let's change the subject of the song and you tell me the next lyric. Okay, I haven't done this in a while. There was a nationalist who was really arrogant. What is the best choice for the next lyric? And Dingo was his name-o, and Jingo was his name-o, and Stingo was his name-o, or and Frango was his name-o. Bingo! A jingo is one who practices jingoism, which is a really arrogant form of nationalism or patriotism. And Jingo was my favorite Beatle, too. Okay, so we're calling this one... I understand moral, but what's turpitude? You know that song by Ice-T called Cop... Hey, lady, you can't come in here. What are you Hey, don't put... What are you... Ow! I'm covered in stickers. Here, look at this. Ow, my short hairs. Parental advisory, explicit lyrics. Who's going around slapping these stickers on everything? The FCC, the NRA, the PMRC. Good Tipper Gore and the Parents Music Resource Center campaign for the little warning labels on albums. And I have half a mind to take this sticker and shove it up the ass of those mother goody-goody, no good, have nothing better to do, head, moral majority monkey suckers with a frozen boot. Now, there's an explicit warning.
How about it? Hit me with the category. Under the Rim with question 7.
And the category is... Give him to Dizzy. He'll eat anything. This question's worth $2,001 bills. Okay, hang tight, put your finger on your buzzer. Here's the question. If St. Louis Cardinals pitcher Dizzy Dean had come out with his own breakfast cereal, which slogan would have best utilized his well-known saying? Baseball been very, very good to me. Breakfast ain't over till it's over. It ain't bragging if it tastes good, or nice guys finish breakfast last. One of Dizzy Dean's famous quotes is, "It ain't bragging if you can do it." Yeah, that Dizzy never tried to hide his wrongful grammar.
Category, please.
7 is the number that I'm suggesting. He's suggesting 7. He's suggesting 7.
This category's known as pulling my Cheney or passing Gaston at the opera. Looks like this one's going for $1,000. Remember the Phantom of the Opera, the one with Lon Chaney? Well, in creating the look of the creature, Chaney decides he wants to be authentic and disfigure himself the same way the Phantom does in the original novel. How would he do it? Stick his head in a record machine, be born that way, burn his house down while sleeping, or splash acid on his face? According to the novel, Eric the Opera Ghost was just born ugly. You know that scene where the chick screams after she rips off his mask? The Phantom screams too, not because his face is exposed, but because he had his mask glued on.
Category, please. All right, Flesh Butt Spits Encore.
It's time for activity stresses.
Let's see if you can make some sense out of this gibberish category. VIP on the set of Growing Pains. What do you say to $5,000 to start this gibberish question off? Okay, you're gonna have about 30 seconds to solve this thing, but every second and a half, I'm gonna take some of that cash back. Get ready to buzz in when you can tell me what this rhymes with. Yeah, do it. Start typing, then hit return. You know, I can't get Nickelodeon at my house. I still haven't figured out where I'm supposed to insert the nickel. Go ask your grandfather what that means.
I need a category. Pucker up for, would he still have orange hair? $20,000 for a correct answer. And we're off. Imagine that NBA star Dennis the Worm Rodman were actually a flatworm. If Dennis the Flatworm were accidentally cut in half, what would most likely happen? His body would die, but his head would live. He would grow into 2 new worms. He would shrivel up and die, or he would turn into a butterfly. Both halves would grow into new Dennises. Which might actually work out well. He could finally marry himself. Code.
Category, please.
1, 2,
3,
4, 5,
6. Buzz!
Say hello to, always take a gift when space traveling. This one can net you $1,000. Check it out. Everybody knows that the moon is made of cheese, right? Well, say Mars is made of marzipan. What might the NASA Pathfinder spacecraft bring back? Rocks made of almonds, burning lava with cherries, corn-filled soil, or nougat-laced core samples. Marzipan is a candy made of ground almonds and can be molded into any shape. And you know, rocks from Mars are such a lovely holiday gift. Better than a fruit.
Give me a category. I believe this one is called, can I have the gray matter on the side, please? $1,000 at stake on this one. All right, here's a good one. Do you remember in Return of the Living Dead how all the zombies went around looking for brains to eat? If the zombies from Return of the Living Dead want to spice up their brain meals, which of these recipes would they not be serving up? Roasted cerebrum with garlic gravy, cerebellum kebab, medulla linguine with clam sauce, or grilled atrium and basil marinade. Aw, hell, you're all heart. The atrium is part of the heart, and no zombie would be caught dead. Chicken amount. The total value for this one is $27.50. Let's see what we got going. Allergic reactions to bad films. Okay, so you know that movie Poison Ivy, right? Oh, God, help us all. If you treated your annoyance with the movie Poison Ivy, the same way you treat a rash caused by actual poison ivy, what would you do? The best treatment for a case of poison ivy is a case of calamine lotion. However, if you're suffering from the sequel, Poison Ivy 2, starring Alyssa Milano, seek professional attention immediately.
Question 7! Say hello to Hole in More Than One. Since Tiger Woods got married in 2004, in which year was Tiger Woods' Wood anniversary? The 5-year anniversary is the Wood anniversary, and 2009 was the year of Wood's, hard times. Yeah, I'm guessing he wishes there was a little less wood that year.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Say hello to... Guess who's Dak? Dak again. I'm not an optimist, but I have to say, I feel like things have been going pretty well with the game so far.
Son, Daddy forgot about me.
Oh no, my old ventriloquist puppet, Billy O'Brien.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me.
Billy, the whole creative team here decided to not include you in this game because you're too much of a troublemaker.
Troublemaker? Me? No, I just got back from traveling the world, studying all the profound teachings of titular world spiritual leaders. For instance, which titular religious group was founded by someone with the last name of Smith?
The Mormon religion was founded in the 1800s by Joseph Smith.
In America.
So, which was your favorite religion you studied?
Well, I particularly like the ones that preached about reincarnation. Someday, I hope to come back as a beautiful coffee table.
La vie est un canard. 7.
Behold, Octopus Coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein?
Octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein? The doctor, that is.
What's sad?
First encountered in the Antarctic. Octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein? Okay, let's take a look. When we first meet Dr. Frankenstein in the novel, he's lost in the Antarctic searching for his monster. But it turns out the real monster is having to read a book.
Alright, come on, hit me. We need a category.
Yeah, man, come along to question it.
Alright, let's see what we're doing here. Candy and ad campaigns. Right here, $1,000 for a right answer. Get ready to buzz, cause here it comes. Now, if Heath bars were really made of Heath, which of the following would make an appropriate ad slogan? It'll light a fire in your mouth with a great taste of raw eggs, rock solid nutrition, or, shrubby. Shrubby. Heath is a type of European bush.
Alright, go ahead and pick one. An outstanding selection, because under that category is one Major League point-racking question, the Dis or Dat. Here's a category for this Dis or Dat. Strip poker and a bucket of soil. It's all you. I'm going to read off 7 words, and for each one, I want you to tell me if it's a vegetable or a popular card game. As each one comes up, if it's a vegetable, press 1. If it's a card game, press 2. And skip it, press 4. For each right answer, you get $500, but I'll take $500 away for each one you get wrong or that you don't get to. Alright, let me see 30 seconds on the clock. Let's dance. Cribbage! Vegetable or card game? Asparagus! Okra! Pinochle! Baccarat! Leek! Last one, turnip! That's all 7. What can I say? I got nothing to criticize here. 7 out of 7. Yeah, just another day at the office. Alright, let's move on.
Okay, pick a category. You chose wisely, my friend. You just got your hands on a dis or dat. The category for this dis or dat question is 8 is enough to fill our lives with czars. Okay, I'm gonna read off 7 names, and for each one I want you to tell me whether it's the name of a former Russian czar, the name of one of the Bradford kids from 8 is enough, or both. If it's only a Russian czar, press 1. If it's just a Bradford kid, press 2. If it's both, press 3. And press 4 if you want to skip. $500 for each right answer, and you lose $500 for each one you get wrong or that you don't get to. Okay, give me 30 seconds on the clock. And we're off. Susan, czar, Bradford kid, or both? Peter. Nicholas. Jody. Tommy. Alexander. This is it, David. That's all she wrote. What can I say? 7 out of 7. I got nothing to criticize here. Oh well, just another day at the office. Alright, let's move on. Okay, but I think we can work with that, and here's your category. You have the right to remain silent and minty. Let's see that question. What issue would Scope's monkey trial most likely involve? Slander of the healing power of mouthwash, bootlegging, rinsing, and spitting, immigrating bacteria that causes bad breath, or the evolution of green coloring? The original Scopes monkey trial took place when enlightened Tennesseans jailed biology teacher John Scopes for teaching evolution. Apparently, creationists also believe that fresh breath is an act of God.
Category time. What's a good... 8! The name of this category is... The hardest part is putting a little sweater on it. Oh yes, this one's worth 3,000 bananas. Okay, listen up. It's time to imagine a heartwarming episode of The Cosby Show. Cliff Huxtable is bragging about his college athletics again, and this time the family calls him on it. If they can't find a shot put, what can Cliff do to show he can still put an equivalent weight? Deliver and put 2 8-pound babies, hurl 20 pounds of Rudy's forced cuteness, toss 4 of Denise's 2-pound earrings, or heave 36-pound Olivia. A men's shot put is 16 pounds, so Cliff should put 2 8-pound babies. And then Claire can handle the lawsuit.
I need a category. Hey, nice selection, cause you just chose yourself a big fat hunkin' question. Are you ready for the dis or dat? The category for this dis or dat question is, that's great, Meryl, but can you speak the language? I'm gonna read off the names of 7 Meryl Streep movies, and for each one, tell me if Meryl speaks with a foreign accent or not. After you hear each one, if you think Meryl Streep uses a foreign accent, press 1. If you think she does not use a foreign accent, press 2. And to skip, press 4. $500 for each right answer, and you lose $500 for a wrong answer or one you don't get to. Alright, let's put 30 seconds on the clock. Let's dance. Ironwood Streep with foreign accent or not? Sophie's choice. Soapwood. The Bridges of Madison County. Out of Africa. Cry in the Dark. Last one, The Deer Hunter. That's all she wrote. Perfect. And with time to spare, here you go. Oh, just another day at the office. Alright, let's move on.
Time to pick a category. The category? Mom, are you still doing laundry? I'm gonna make this one $1,000. Ready? Catch this. Because he's the loneliest guy in town. Which of these repairmen probably spends the most time leaning against a washer during its spin cycle? The Maytag repairman, the Frigidaire repairman, the Whirlpool repairman, or the Magnavox repairman? The loneliest guy in town is the repairman from Maytag. I understand this guy is so lonely that when he wants to cuddle, he puts the washer on delicate.
Okay, I need a category. This baby is a living, breathing juice box. Get it right, I'm handing over $20K. Hey, you know that saying, the straw that broke the camel's back? Well, suppose you take that straw, poke it into the camel's hump, and take a sip. Considering what camels store in their humps, what's the best name for this tasty beverage? Baby brew, brainy bubbles, fatty fizz, or sandy slurp? Camels store fat in their humps so they can survive in the desert.
And be sure to try new fat-free Fatty Fizz. Half the calories with all the full-bodied sweaty camel flavor you've come to expect.
Mmm, cake. All right, hit me. Uh-oh, Elmer Fudd Dime Store.
It's time for Schmittishness.
Take a look at your gibberish category. First, love yourself. Next, clean up. How about $5,000 to start this gibberish question? Now listen up. Every second and a half, some of the cash is going to disappear, so if you want to win big, you got to be quick. All right, tell me what this rhymes with, or I'll kill you. All right, type in your answer. Yeah, you know, restaurants all seem to have these signs to let us know that the employees are washing their hands. What about the wiping?
Never mind. Time to pick a category. This one's called, I've got a witch I need scratched. Heads up, this one's gonna be $6,000. Hey, looking for love? Well, check out this personal ad. Maybe something will pan out for you. Single female in search of non-Puritan males looking for magic. Barbados native, later moved to Salem. Likes, care of kids, housekeeping, and that witchy woman song. Cotton Mather need not respond. Now, who placed the ad? Sacagawea, Hatshepsut, Tituba, or Goody Proctor? I'm talking about the Salem witch trials here. Tituba, a slave from Barbados, was accused of and imprisoned for corrupting the children in her keep with lessons of voodoo and witchcraft. However, if you do respond to the ad, I gotta warn you, it's tough finding a restaurant she likes. I mean, she only eats things cooked in a giant kettle over an open flame and seasoned with ice. Go ahead, picking them out. The value for this question is $3,750. Here's a little something I call, if a robot falls in the forest and nobody hears it. Okie doke, it's time for another episode of Robot Theater! Let's see what those metallic thespians have in store for us today.
I went to the woods because I wish to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived.
Wow. Okay, then what essay is this robot reciting? Walden Cinema. That's just a little taste of Henry David Thoreau's Walden. The robot was doing fine in the woods, until an angry tree began throwing apples at him.
Plucking chickens, picking out a mate. Guess I'll marry 8.
And on its way, foodies in a half shell. Given the dietary habits of tortoises, what would the Teenage Mutant Ninja Tortoises most likely order at Pizza Hut? A Super Supreme Pizza? Meat Lovers Pizza? Hold the pizza meat only? A Veggie Lovers Pizza? Or no pizza? No, I'll get this. Unlike turtles, most tortoises are herbivores, meaning they only eat plants. So the Teenage Mutant Ninja Tortoises would probably order the Veggie Lovers Pizza. Also, and I've done some research on this, very few tortoises are actually ninjas. This pizza has the wrong answer baked right into the crust. But your supreme mistake has brought you a supreme reward because you've just won Supreme Court Children's Vitamins. Nothing keeps children happy and healthy like John Roberts, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and Samuel Alito. Today's wrong answer of the game gets you another 8,000 on top of your current score. Sweet.
Follow me down to the sea.
Let's try Orcas 11. Say I wanted to go around freeing the killer whales from every SeaWorld location in the world. How many separate rescue missions would I need to go on? There are 3 SeaWorlds, one in San Diego, one in San Antonio, and one in Orlando. So you would need to go on 3 separate rescue missions. Well, that sounds like a lot of traveling. Maybe I'll just pay that kid from Free Willy to do it. Something tells me he could use the cash.
We'd like to give you the illusion of control. Would you like a question about time or a question about space? Indicate your preference now. We graciously accept your choice.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of eight.
Up next, a question about space. Which of these fictional planets is now just empty space? Hoth, Dagobah, Alderaan, or Tatooine? I love this part. Alderaan was blown up by the Death Star in the first Star Wars film. Which was actually the 4th Star Wars film. Or the 6th. Oh god, I don't know. Please don't send me angry emails.
How about it? Hit me with a category.
Number 9. Number 9.
The category is inanimate objects and unpaid labor. And we are talking $1,000 for this question. Hang on tight, cause here we go. Now, if you could bring statues to life for the purpose of helping you carry groceries, which statue would be an anatomically poor choice as a helper? Rodin's The Thinker, Michelangelo's David, Venus de Milo, or the Lincoln statue in the Lincoln Memorial? Venus de Milo. Hey Venus, can you give me a hand here? Damn it, Venus, that's another dozen eggs down the drain.
How about it? We need a category.
It's party time.
Here comes number 9.
The category is Kissin' Cousins. 2 G's for a right answer. Get your fingers ready. Here's one coming at you. Let's say the Statue of Liberty gets lonely, decides to have sex with another popular landmark because it's engineered by the same man. Which of these should be a perfect fit? The St. Louis Arch, the Sears Tower, the Eiffel Tower, or the Space Needle? Both the Statue of Liberty and the Eiffel Tower were engineered by Gustave Eiffel. Now, can we please get off the Statue of Liberty? Her parents are coming home. Good night.
Category, please.
Renovi is number 9.
Okay, give it up for... Give me a call sometime. $1,000 at stake on this one. Okay, let me warn you right now, this one's kinda saucy. Say you're a guy and you dial an escort service to request a call girl. Instead of a prostitute, however, you're sent a woman with a call. What's unusual about your date? Her head shape makes her voice very loud, her mouth is on the back of her head, she has a fetal membrane on her head, or she has another head growing out of her neck. Babies born with a call have part of their fetal membrane still wrapped around their head like a hood. I think that's one sheath that'll guarantee she won't get pregnant. Alright, here's your category. My fellow congressman, try the veal. Okay, play ball. Considering the specific issue to which congressional gag rules pertained, which of these gag artists' acts would be censored? It all started when a congressman from South Carolina stood up and proclaimed, "Take his freedom, please." Until they were deemed unconstitutional, gag rules in the House of Representatives prevented members from considering anti-slavery petitions.
Okay, pick a category.
The German judge gives a
9. And the category is, please don't eat the cue cards. And this one's going to be worth $2,000. All right, let's get this ball rolling. The world's athletes have produced some of the most stunning entertainment moments in history. Which of the following is not a real performance you could have enjoyed? Will Chamberlain is a traitorous bodyguard. Mike Ditka is a gruff but lovable Santa Claus. Bruce Jenner is a disc-wing lawyer. Or Alex Karras is somebody's dad. Mike Ditka has never appeared as a gruff but lovable Santa Claus. But if he had, he would have whipped those elves' asses into shape pronto.
Okay, I need a category. Chew on this. Funny papers and funny movies. And you pop a right answer, you got $2,000. Strap on your helmet, we're going in. Based on his nervous habit in The Producers, which comic strip character might Gene Wilder have used as a character study? Linus, Mr. Boffo, Dilbert, or Andy Capp? In The Producers, Gene Wilder has an obsession with his blanket, just like Linus. And they have a similar hair dilemma.
All right, I need a category.
Refill your tank and check your number 9.
Let's see what we got going. We're just looking for a few good sports. I'm gonna give away $3,000 this time. Hey, you know how the armed forces are always looking to implement cutting-edge technology? Well, if the U.S. Army and Navy decided to implement the technical innovation first used during the telecast of their 1963 college football game, what would you expect to see? Telestrated flanking maneuvers, all generals mic'd in the field, colorized night scope vision, or instant replays of smart bombs landing. Sports instant replays were first used during the 63 Army-Navy football game. Now, if the military could figure out how to make Dick Vitale shut the hell up, that would be an impressive technical accomplishment.
Okay, pick a category. Looks like this category is put some meat on them bones, Skeletor. $20,000 says you don't know this one. Hey, remember that cartoon hero He-Man and his villain Skeletor, who kind of looked like a skeleton? If He-Man's archenemy Skeletor were actually called Exoskeletor, which of these new defenses would he have? Electric fingertips, X-ray vision, extra hard outer skin, or a protective layer of fat? An exoskeleton is a skeleton that's outside the body instead of inside it. You know, insects have them.
Well, He-Man, you may have defeated me this time, but at least I laid eggs in your sandwich.
In part. Okay, pick a category.
Hey, wait a minute. Are you guys German spies?
Right! We mean, no.
Open wide and get ready for Time Savers from Evel Knievel. $2,000 says you don't know this one. Is it just me, or do you think that Evel Knievel broke just about every bone in his body doing stunts? Suppose Evel Knievel does it all again, but wants to break his bones in less time. What could he run his bike over if he wanted a time-saving move to break half of his body's 206 bones? His spine and skull, his hands and feet, his pelvis and ribs, or his ribs and head? By breaking the bones in his hands and feet, Evel could get 106 of them out of the way, over half the bones in his body. Or he could just try that Snake River Canyon jump again, this time with Newt.
All right, pick a category. Well, very nice picking. Get ready to play a When Did Happen? Alright, I'm gonna show you an event like this. Man first walks on the moon. Then I'm gonna list off 7 other events like this one. All you gotta do for each one is tell me whether it happened before or after man first walked on the moon, or if it never happened at all. Buzz in when the correct answer is lit, you'll get $1,000. But be careful, if you buzz in when the incorrect answer is lit, you lose $1,000 each time you're wrong. Alright, it's go time. The name of this When Did Happen is Jackson Pollock did the art design. You know, scary stuff happens all the time, but nothing scarier than sequels. And speaking of sequels, I want you to remember this particular event. Halloween 2, Nightmare Isn't Over is released. Now, did this movie come out before Halloween 2, after it, or did it never come out at all? Let's see what we've done. Yep, you got them all. Let's see what that does to your score. Okay, now, where were... Choose a value. Here's what we got. $4,000. What in the... I can't read this.
It's time for...
First, I'll show you an anagram and some clues. When you think you know the answer, hit your buzzer and type it in quick, because I'll be taking away cash every couple of seconds. Oh, and spelling does count. The opening value for this question is going to be $4,000. Okay, now take a look at this anagram, unscramble the letters, and tell me what saying I'm looking for. Let's see what you got. Start typing and then hit return. Wait a minute, you know what? What the hell kind of advice is that? Go west. Go west and do what? Work at some Kinko's in Palo Alto? Oh boy, I can't wait.
Strolling through the park with the sarsaparilla. For me, I'm not nine.
Take a stab at. Don't come in here, I'm feldsparring. What do a Victoria's Secret model and the mineral feldspar have in common? Both. The cleavage of a mineral refers to the way it can be split along a parallel surface, and feldspars is perfect in one direction. So that's what a Victoria's Secret model and feldspar have in common. And also both rarely speak English. Coming up, kangaroo, peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
Kangaroo, peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
The name of Jeff Dunham's purple-skinned puppet. His name is Peanut. I have to admit, people who talk through ventriloquist puppets kind of creep me out.
That you talk through me.
Quiet, Billy. Stop trying to get me to kill people.
Whoa, now you're creeping me out, man.
Oh, here's a good one. The plot thickens when exposed to certain temperatures. Ugh, bodies of flowing liquids are just so mainstreams. I wish they would let more non-Newtonian fluids play a titular part in movies, like in my favorite film, The Shape of Water, Lorenzo's Oil, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Okay, what'd you pick? Honey is the only fluid on this list that doesn't have a constant viscosity, making it the only non-Newtonian. Maybe honey doesn't have constant viscosity, but it has constant deliciosity. Science.
Okay, pick a category.
Yo, have you been with nasty number 10?
Next up, children's stories and talk show scandal. And this one's gonna be worth $1,000. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. Which character should be a guest on the TV talk show Ricky Lake when the topic is I fell in love with my gang leader abductor? Christopher Robin from Winnie the Pooh, Wendy from Peter Pan, Thing 1 from The Cat in the Hat, or Tootie from The Facts of Life? Wendy. Peter persuades Wendy and the other kids to go to Never Never Land, and Wendy falls hard for him. If you ask me, she's only gonna get hurt.
Come on, we need a category. Alright, next up. Well, Young. And this one's gonna be worth $1,000. Nothing like rifling through old psychiatric files. Check these out. Patient manifests severe narcolepsy, perhaps a psychosomatic device to avoid confrontation with wife. Overgrowth of facial hair suggests possible anxiety about masculinity. Who's the patient? Sleeping Beauty, Snuffy Smith, Rip Van Winkle, or Chewbacca? To avoid the little woman, Rip went on a bender with strangers and slept for 20 years. Seeing a psychiatrist is great, and I think it's gonna take a surgeon to cure that bedhead of his.
I need a category. Oh, you're so naughty. You just picked a three-way. Okay, listen up. This is pretty simple. You're gonna see a three-way like this one. When the correct three-way member is lit up, buzz in. If you make a match, you pocket $1,000. But be careful, if you don't make a correct match, you'll lose some cash every time you're wrong. And be careful, individual answers don't necessarily have anything to do with the three-way as a group. Alright, time to boogie. The category for this three-way is, the tourists are the ones looking up. And they're looking up at this three-way. New York, Los Angeles, or Chicago. Here we go, and for goodness sake, be careful.
Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes!
Woo, that's how we got to show ya. Now clean yourself up while we see how you did. Nicely done, a perfect score. Must be all that practicing alone, huh? This should firm up your overall score. So, let's see what we've got ahead of us here. Hit your button. It's roadkill time. Okay, let me explain how this game works. You're gonna see different pairs that are somehow related. And you're gonna see a series of items that may or may not connect the pair. Buzz in if you think an item correctly joins the pair. I'll give you $1,000 if you're correct, but do choose wisely. You lose 1,000 every time you're wrong. And we're gonna wrap it all up with a final bonus round worth some extra cash. Pay attention to all the correct answers and you might have a shot at the bonus. You got that? Good, let's motor. An essay in plate or plastic bag. What's the intersection between these two? Score. Washington's teeth and Blanky Blankpecker. Score. Turns into diamonds and Blank Miner's daughter. Cars use it and beans cause it. Tampa NHL team and Go Crease Blank. Nebraska, Michigan City and Skin Blank equals Miser. Coordinate and blank box cars. Score. Okay, it's bonus time. What do all the correct answers have in common? Are they all elements of the periodic table? NWA album titles? Public utilities? Tennis terms? The FCC 7 dirty words? Fire starting? That's it, count it. Everything you need to burn a bunch of bucks.
Alright, come on, hit me. We need a category.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
79 The category is... Now we double team Moose and Squirrel. And we are talking $1,000 for this question. Okay, say Rocky and Bullwinkle's What's a Matter You is a 12-point favorite against Boris and Natasha Community College in the big game. A shadowy figure approaches Bullwinkle and offers him big bucks if his team doesn't cover the spread. If Bullwinkle carries out the request, he's guilty of what? Point shaving, three-way parlay, over-under, or taking a dive? Point shaving! Tune in next time for Big Moose on Campus or Rocky takes the fifth at the NCAA hearing.
Okay, pick a category. Let's see what we got going. Taking advantage of stupid people. How does $2,000 sound? Hey, you know that movie in which the title character is mentally challenged and through a scientific experiment becomes super intelligent? Based on the movie's title, what might the scientist say to this character when the effects of the intelligence-enhancing experiment wear off? Sorry, Charlie. Soon your IQ will be none, Algernon. We couldn't see the trees for the forest. Or, we took a chance. Cliff Robertson won an Oscar for his portrayal of a mentally challenged adult in the film Charlie. Robertson won an Oscar. Hanks won an Oscar for Gump. Sellers was nominated for an Oscar for being there. Yeah, you really do have to dumb it down to make it in Hollywood.
All right, pick a category. We're calling this one TV and New Year's resolutions. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. So, how you doing with your New Year's resolutions? Yeah, I thought so. Considering what began on January 2nd, 1971, which of these New Year's resolutions would you have no choice but to keep? To lay off on the alcohol ads, to give up cigarette commercials cold turkey, to not watch a new Hogan's Heroes episode, or to start watching Richard Simmons exercise. On January 2nd, 1971, they implemented the ban on cigarette commercials. And of course, for those people who couldn't handle the withdrawal, there was the nicotine commercial patch.
Category, please. Say hello to how cartoon characters keep that healthy glow. This one can get you 10 grand. Heads up, here it comes. Which cartoon character is most likely a vegan? Elmer Fudd, Bugs Bunny, Wile E. Coyote, or Sylvester? Vegans don't eat or use any animal products at all. And Bugs seems pretty content with just his carrots. Yep, they say carrots really improve your eyesight. I've been eating them for years and I never... Ow! Oh, man, where'd that come from? Oh.
On foot. Okay, I need a category. May I introduce When the Going Gets Tough, Pull Down Your Pants. $3,000 for this one. Okay, imagine this stupid thing. After a tough negotiating session, Secretary of State Madeleine Albright moons a foreign official. Considering the State Department's nickname, what will be the response? Doesn't look like a foggy bottom to me. Oh, mama, look at that muddled butt. Now that's one fine blurry rear. Or, I thought she'd have a sketchy rump. Because of the land it sits on, the State Department's nickname is Foggy Bottom. Which is nothing compared to what Madeleine Albright's real nickname.
Category, please. All right, give it up for I'll have a soulless corpse on the rocks. 4K coming your way for a right answer. One question coming right up. If zombies attack your local bar, slaughter the patrons, and spill everyone's zombie drinks, what would be kicking the floors and walls? Blood, pineapple juice, and rum, gray matter, vermouth, and gin, slimy organs, coke, and whiskey, or eyeball goo, tonic water, and brandy. Typically, a zombie is made with rum, pineapple, and a couple other juices. Now what I want to know is how the zombies got in the bar in the first place. Hello? Bouncers? Don't tell me the undead still carry IDs. Oh, it's been years since I've been carded. get a value. The reward for this question is $4,250. Well, what do we have here? Polypropylene for president. Ready? Here's the question. During his presidential campaign, what could Al Gore-Tex promise? 100% natural fibers regardless of glass. Electric camping gear for all citizens. Water repellent leader. Gore-Tex is a water repellent breathable fiber, which claims it invented the internet.
Hold me, never let me go. And my dream question time.
Open wide for Harold and Kumar Go to the Middle Ages. If it were like the castles of yore, how could White Castle defend itself from the marauding Harold and Kumar? Paint the... One incredibly horrific means of defending a castle was to pour hot oil on attackers from up above. It was also how medieval chefs got the idea to deep fry meat. Take a stab at the midnight run to the bathroom. According to Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, how would Paul Revere secretly signal to you that he has to pee in the sea? According to Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's poem, Paul Revere's Ride, Paul's signal for the British was 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. And as we all know, a number 1 is a pee. And Americans would have known about the British sooner if he hadn't stopped for a number 4. You don't even want to know what that is. Try this on for size. Don't talk to me before I've had my sandwich. If cows worked like coffee beans, then which Arby's sandwich would have the most caffeine? Light roast beef, medium roast beef, dark roast beef, or French roast beef? And how'd we do? The darker the bean, the less caffeine. And the more beef in my coffee, the better. Beefy.
Before I start round 2, why don't you watch these commercials?
He's got fever and chills and a runny nose. Malaria doll. He's been bitten by disease carrying mosquitoes. Malaria doll.
I just give him a squeeze and spread tropical disease.
Malaria doll.
Hey kids, come on down to the Puppy Farm! Just drop your puppies in the top and watch them dig an underground community.
Can they breathe in there?
The large plexiglass viewing surface is perfect for group puppy watching. Look kids! Puppies! It's a puppy farm!
Von den deutschen Schöpfer das Übernostrum kommt Kindernostrum. Dussler in der Glücklichkeile liegt der Schleckbockstapler. Frei die kleine Aufgabe in der große Kindernostrum. Du musst mehr gut gefühlen mit Kindernostrum.
From the makers of Man Packs come Rat Pads!
They're cool, my friends all wear them.
What are they?
I don't know, but I'm wearing one.
Rat Pads come in 3 sizes. Super for heavy days, regular for normal days, and extra light for light days.
Whatever that means.
Where do you put it?
I don't know, like down there somewhere.
Hey kids, say bit of cheese.
Bit of cheese!
Bit of cheese, better than a plate of peas. Gouda, Swiss, and Colby, please. Have a bit of cheese.
Bit of cheese cereal contains 10 times the recommended daily allowance of calcium.
Regurgibarn knows that everyone wants to eat their veggies, but not everyone has the time to chew them. So we created Veggie Spew to give you all that veggie goodness without all the hard work. With Regurgibarn's new Veggie Spew, all you have to do is swallow.
Mira, es el plátano con el paraguas. Hasta luego, paraguas. Oh, oh, King Kong está aquí y King Kong le gustan los plátanos. Pobre plátano.
Oh, where's my scrunchie? It was right here. In a rush. Try new Triple Lip. Eyeshadow, deodorant, lip gloss, all in one. On the run, get 3 in 1.
Swoosh, swipe, smear, the choice is totally clear.
New Humpy Cola. I'm not thirsty, but you are.
bag.
Not just for groceries anymore.
Oh my god!
Shiny, bouncy, healthy bag.
Hey man, I got a bag.
It's bag of... Bag. It holds stuff.
Hey kids, put down those chutes and ladders and come with me to Acne Land!
Look out for the pus pit! I'm lost in the forest of ingrown hairs! Don't step in Blackhead Minefield! Zit Mountain is about to blow!
Acne Land, the board game where bad skin is more than an embarrassment, it's an adventure.
Even with extension cords, my old pigeon can't even deliver a message next door. But with my new cordless pigeon, I can deliver messages to my homies anywhere in the world.
Cordless pigeon, cordless pigeon.
Batteries sold separately.
Now that round 1 is over, we can start round 2. Remember, all the questions in round 2 are worth double the value. Have fun!
Alright, come on, hit me. We need a category.
And now, 11.
The category behind this question is swords in designer colors. It's gonna be worth $4,000. Okay, get your fingers ready, let's get busy. In the Middle Ages, if you had a brown sword, what did you have? Dirty genitalia, a hoe, a shiny sword, or a headache? I know that's right. Oh, Lancelot, what a big brown sword you have.
Okay, pick a category. Okay, coming up, this category is people who eat people. And this one's worth $4,000. Okay, imagine this. Barbara Streisand is making a sequel to the 1972 comedy What's Up Doc called What's Up Papa Doc, co-starring a famous dictator. Based on the country he ruled, where might they film it? Haiti, India, Tibet, or Uganda? Papa Doc Duvalier brutally ruled over Haiti for 14 years. Memories of the time you flogged my feet, bloody blistered, tattered memories.
Alright, hit me.
Don't look now! Don't look now! It's question 11!
Well, looks like this category is playing footsies with men in armor. How does $2,000 sound? Put your tray in the upright position, it's time for takeoff. If King Arthur had gathered his knights around the Algonquin Round Table, what might they have used to fight off their enemies? Hard-hitting documentary films, rapier-like wit and biting sarcasm, pounding defensive tackles, or whipping cream and cutting boards? The Algonquin Round Table was a 1920s group of writers and artists known for their sharp wit.
Battle axes and broadswords may sever my limbs, but smart-ass quips will never hurt me.
Alright, Buck. I like to call this category Comstocks and Bondage. Get your buzzer finger ready, here we go. If you don't put much stock in the Comstock law, what will you probably do? Stage pornographic performance? I know, you only read them for the articles. Also known as the Federal Anti-Obscenity Act, the Comstock law bans the mailing of indecent materials. You know, it was just too distracting for the postal carriers.
Okie doke, give me a category. 11. The category is touched football. Alright, you're gonna be pretty good if you get this one. It's worth $6,000. Imagine the Village People performing their hit YMCA during a halftime show at the Super Bowl. While singing YMCA, the Village People also do the famous dance. Which letter do they make with their arms during the dance that does not mimic a football official's signal? Y, M, C, or A? There is no football signal equivalent to the C. Unless you count the guy in the stands reaching down the aisle for a beer and a hot dog at the same time.
Okay, we're back on the line with Peter Marathis of Canton, Massachusetts. Are you still with us, Pete?
It's Peta.
Peta? What, like that pocket bread?
No, like a name. Peta. P-E-T-E-R.
Oh, Peter. Oh, yeah, I forgot. You live near Boston. Yeah, park the car in Harvard Yard and all that crap.
Yeah.
Okay, Peta, hit us with your question.
category is You Slay Me.
This one's going to be worth 5,000 bowls of Boston clam chowder.
Put your finger on the button and let's go. If you switched places with the most famous character in the 1972 film Slaughterhouse-Five, what kind of character would you be trading places with? A cow on death row? A time-jumping World War II soldier? A disgruntled swine butcher? Or Freddy Krueger?
They picked a time-jumping World War II soldier.
That's right. You'd be trading places with the character of World War II soldier Billy Pilgrim. The slaughterhouse is where the Germans kept their American prisoners in Dresden.
Well, Peter, we may not have started off on the right foot with the whole name thing and everything, but you did a good job, you know? It's good to get a Slaughterhouse-5 question in the game, too.
Thanks. I've always been a big fan of Kurt Vonnegut.
Yeah, he was really good in that. So anyway, Peter, what keeps you busy in Canton?
I'm an attorney.
Hey, gotta go. All right, Peter Marathis, attorney from Canton, Massachusetts. Now let's get to the next category.
Give me a category. And our special guest tonight, they also had a Zippo, but he burned out. You get this one, you pocket 2,000 bucks. Put it in gear, cause here we go. Which of these characters would make the best replacement for the messenger of the secret word on Groucho Marx's game show You Bet Your Life? Wonder Woman, Daffy Duck, Mighty Mouse, or Adam Ant? On You Bet Your Life, the secret word is brought down from the rafters by a duck that hovers above the stage. Which makes for some really interesting post-show cleanup. The secret word is bird crap.
Stop. Category, please. And this one is No More Love on the Run, but that's my favorite kind. And get this one right, you got 4K coming your way. You know, love might have been the furthest from his mind in the 80s, but these days Billy Ocean's feeling a little lonely. Considering it's not in the Caribbean, what island should Billy Ocean avoid in his search for a Caribbean queen? The Bahamas, the Dutch Antilles, the US Virgin Islands, or Puerto Rico? The Bahamas are in the Atlantic, not the Caribbean. And Billy Ocean really isn't an ocean. He's just a...
Time to pick a category.
Tra-la-la, tra-la-lee. Here's a question for you.
For your viewing pleasure, interview with the vampire sports fan. You want 6,000 bucks? Give me your right answer. You know, nothing ruins a football game more than those damn vampires stalking the field. Because it makes his body into the shape of a cross, what penalty should the football referee call to scare off the vampires? Delay of game! Unsportsmanlike conduct! Holding! Or ineligible receiver! Referees signal unsportsmanlike conduct by standing with their arms outstretched in the shape of a cross. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the undead, excessive use of fangs to the neck, 15 yards. Pick any amount. Let's see what the value of this question is. $4,000. Allow me to introduce, always be prepared to make some paperweights. Ah, yes, my close personal friends at the Boy Scouts of America. Camping, hiking, and survival techniques in the great outdoors. Boys learning to become real men and live off the land. Which of these is not an actual merit badge that Boy Scouts can earn? There's no puppetry badge in the Boy Scouts. There is the survival skill badge where you've got to kill a wild dog with a marionette. That's called the I Killed a Wild Dog with a Marionette badge.
Okay, pick a category. Uh-oh, West Truck licks 9 more.
Once again, it's time for a ticklish pest gun.
The category for this gibberish question, Viking Pest Control. We're in round 2, so this gibberish question is going to start off at $10,000. Okay, now remember, you don't have all the time in the world here. The less time you take, the more money you make. Okay, ready? What commercial slogan does this rhyme with? Mrs. Thor. Okay, let's see if you know it. Type in your...
Miss is for Jane. Mrs. Thor chain yon slugs.
Alright, go ahead and pick one.
12.
Category. What is the sound of one nun singing? We're talking $6,000 for this one. Hey, remember Julie Andrews and The Sound of Music? Of course you do. If, in the famous title song, Julie Andrews were to sing The Hills Are Alive, no, really, they're alive, of what would her belief be an example? Literalism, animism, totemism, or personalism? The name of that tune is animism. A belief that inanimate objects have thoughts and feelings, which may explain why she married Christopher Plummer.
Okay, I need a category. And I believe this one's called Love the Way You Move That Sack. You get 4,000 clams for this one. By now I know you've heard of Sir Mix-a-Lot's song Baby Got Back, which expresses admiration for nicely shaped backsides. If Sir Mix-a-Lot released a new song called Baby Got Sack Butt, what would he be saying? Maybe as a tropical bird, maybe as a medieval trombone, maybe as a colon disorder, or maybe as a small one-person boat. If Baby's got sack butt, he or she is packing a medieval trombone. Medieval trombone, huh? I guess that explains how Sir Mix-a-Lot was knighted. Okay, hit your button. We're calling this one Low Prices Every Day. Let's get going. Where is Walmart headquartered? Bentonville, Arkansas. Yep, that'd be Bentonville, all right. Right there in Arkansas.
Okay, pick a category. Uh-oh, best putts fits mine whore.
Once again, it's time for a Tinkerland Test Roll!
The category for this gibberish question: evil emperors and poor body images. And if you're really fast, you can get up to $10,000 for this gibberish question. Alright, to solve this puzzle, you gotta think fast, because every second and a half I'm ticking off a little bit of cash. Okay, gang, check it out. What phrase does this rhyme with? Don't let the punctuation fool you. Kevin Thin. Okay, let's see what you got. Start typing. Okay, ready? Press the escape key, stand up, then get the hell back into the game.
Category, please. And I believe this one's called The Forbidden Dance, or This Ain't No Lambada. 2 G's if you get this one right. Here's a question for all you erotic movie fans. Considering what Marlon Brando and Maria Schneider use in their celebrated sex scene in Last Tango in Paris, what might they be able to do immediately after intercourse? Swat flies, chop a block of ice, butter some popcorn, or get zestfully clean? The lovers in Last Tango use a stick of butter as a lubricant. When the movie came out, it was a pretty big deal. It was after the release of Last Tango that theaters switched to that imitation butter-flavored stuff.
Throw me a category. This one's called What's in an Extraordinarily Masculine Name? 4K coming your way for a right answer. Hey, how about that show Jake and the Fat Man? I remember one of the characters is a PI, one is a DA, and one is a bulldog, but I can never remember which is which. So help me out, which of the following correctly describes, in order, Jake, Max, and the Fat Man? The PI, the dog, and the DA. The DA, the PI, and the dog. The DA, the dog, and the PI. The dog, the DA, and the PI. Yeah, have fun. Jake is the PI, Max is the bulldog, and the Fat Man is the... come on, what are you gonna make me say it? He's the fat guy, okay? There, you happy? Now for the rest of the game, they're gonna make me refer to the show as Jake and the really, really sensitive, caring human being who has slight food dependency issues.
Guy. hit me. Pucker up for the unbearable lightness of being Kate Moss. Play your cards right, you win $4,000. Hope you brought your suit. It's time to get wet. What would happen to Kate Moss's weight if the Uber weighed for her on the planet Mercury? She would appear to weigh nothing, she'd appear to weigh even less, her weight would appear to stay the same, or she'd finally appear to gain a few pounds. Because the gravity on Mercury is 0.38 that of Earth, Kate Moss would appear to weigh even less. And she still thinks she looks...
Cards. Throw me a category. And our special guest tonight, Kumbaya, Mr. President. Kumbaya. Sit up straight. This one's going to be worth $6,000. All right, you know how presidents go to Camp David, right? Which is very reassuring to know that, like in our time of need, the leader of the free world is out making s'mores somewhere. Considering the person for whom Camp David is named, how do presidents most likely end their campfire ghost stories? And Carter's son-in-law still howls. And Eisenhower's grandson can hear us. And FDR's dog still stalks these woods. Or Aunt LBJ's wife still has a boy's name. Camp David is named after Eisenhower's grandson, David. Well, I guess you can't really blame the presidents for taking a little break at camp. Things get tough when you live in the White House, and nothing helps you unwind like pitching a tent, building a fire under the stars, and swimming across the lake for a panty race. Choose an amount. Let's see how much you can win this time. $1,500. All right, give it up for your wilderness guide to not being eaten. Hey kids, it's Howdy Doody time. Imagine a movie called Alligator Dundee starring Paul Hogan's Yup. You see, alligators aren't very agile, so if you run in a zigzag, you'll lose them every time. It's a shame Paul Hogan didn't know that. He was indeed one of our finest. Crocodile Dundee, you left us too soon. What? He's still alive? You're kidding me. Paul, we love you. Here's to your versatility as an actor. Keep up the good work. He is working, right?
How about it? Hit me with a category.
Question 13.
Here's the category. Fun with flesh-colored wads. You get this one right, you got $2,000 coming at you. Alright, listen up. You're reading the Sunday Comics page and you got a wad of silly putty in your hand. Suddenly you get an urge to press the silly putty on the title of your favorite comic strip. When you pull the flattened putty up, you can make out the word Eekadamram. So what's your favorite comic strip? Eek and Meek, Marmaduke, Mark Trail, or Mandrake the Magician? Marmaduke is Eekadamram spelled backwards. And boy, does that rapscallion puppy get into crazy mix-ups or what?
Take your pick. What do you say?
Take the elevator up to 13.
And this category is... There's something grim about this. $4,000 behind this one. Now help me out here. And when you know the answer, buzz in and type the answer. I'm trying to remember. Who's that girl? You know, her dad's dead, and she has an evil stepmom. Show it if you know it. Cinderella. Isn't this a great story for young girls? If your feet are small enough, you'll marry a really rich guy.
Category, please.
Swing your partner 1 and 3. A do-si-do for the big 13.
The selection is, I'll be there with bells on. How does $4,000 grab you? Listen up, folks. No, I mean, pay attention here. This is important. Our microphones are on location to record a momentous event in American history.
Let her rip, fellas.
Oh, jeez, you busted it.
Hey, anybody want to go get a cheesesteak?
Where am I? London, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Boston. That sound you heard was the Liberty Bell cracking in Philadelphia. Yeah, let me digest that cheesesteak sandwich a bit longer. You'll hear something else crack.
Category time. What's it gonna be?
13!
The category behind this question is, let's talk about safe baseball. And this one shouldn't be too tough. 4K for this one. All right, pay attention. Here comes the question. If a pitcher had to adhere to the same rules in bed as he does when pitching, which of the following would he have to do? Deliver without touching his rubber, touch his rubber gently after delivering, keep one foot on his rubber throughout delivery, or dust off his rubber before delivery? Pitchers have to keep one foot in contact with the pitching rubber throughout their delivery. Let's hope he takes his cleats off first.
I need a category. 13. Now showing, don't eat anything with a face. And you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Alright, imagine this. Upon entering your favorite seafood restaurant, you see Don Knotts swimming in a large aquarium near the kitchen. Which special will probably be on the menu that evening? Blackened Charlie tuna, fillet of Mr. Limpet, grilled flipper, or steamed Mr. Peabody? Don Knotts turns into a fish in the incredible Mr. Limpet. Boy, what I wouldn't do for some melted butter now. Hey, maybe there's some left over from last tango in Paris.
All right, I need a category.
Flash, we interrupt this game to bring you a special question.
The category is Queen of the Wild Frontier. I'll give you 4,000 clams for this bad boy. Boys, you may want to take your coonskin hats off for this one. Believe it or not, whenever he's not out fighting in the wilderness, the King of the Wild Frontier is at home playing with dolls. After which of his dolls might Davy Crockett have named his rifle? Betsy Wetsy, Raggedy Ann, Holly Hobby, or Mrs. Beasley? Davy Crockett's rifle is named Betsy. So Davy plays with dolls, no big deal. Just be careful if he asks you to come over and play with his action figure.
Fat.
Okay, pick a category. Okay, give it up for... This bet ain't big enough for the three of us. Get it right, I'm handing over 2K. Hey, what do you say we take a sec to check out some personal ads? Let's see, men seeking women, seeking married couples, seeking... Oh, hey, check this one out. Conjoined twins from Siam in search of partners to share our unique lifestyle. Sure, we're joined at the chest, but our hearts are in the right place. Get twice the man for the money. Who placed this ad? Shang and Ang, Yin and Yang, Ping and Pong, or Ling Ling and Sing Sing? The term Siamese twins was inspired by Chang and Ang, twins from Siam who were joined at the chest. Both Chang and Ang married and fathered 10 and 12 kids respectively. Gee, I guess two heads are better.
Give me a category. This category is known as Don't Spook Me or I'll Pee Right Here. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Okay, imagine you're going to... Oh my God, did you hear that? Is there something in the attic? Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be the... Wait a minute. I'm not Catholic. According to children's author Shel Silverstein, what's in the attic? A light, ghosts, the sidewalk, or flowers? Shel Silverstein's poetry anthology is called A Light in the Attic. But I still prefer having a nightlight in the... Go ahead and grab an amount. I think that value might come in handy. You're about to take on a Dis or Dat. This Dis or Dat category name is Only You Can Prevent Bad Television. Okay, what do you think? I'll read off 7 names, and for each one, perhaps you'd be so kind as to tell me if it's the name of a U.S. national park or the name of a soap opera character. As I rattle them off, if you see a national park, press 1. If I show you a character from a soap opera, press 2. And if you want to skip it, press 4. I'm going to give you some cash for each one you get right, and I'm taking away some cash for each one you get wrong or you don't get to. Okay, can I get 30 seconds on the clock? It's showtime. Joshua Tree. That's it. Wow, you were on fire there. 7 out of 7. Let's throw this onto your score. Did you enjoy that? I sure did.
Alright, come on, hit me. We need a category.
14!
The category, Greg Brady, nuclear physicist. This question's gonna be worth $2,001 bills. Imagine a never-released Brady Bunch episode on which Greg realizes that his ideal mate would be a cross between Marcia and Carol. If he goes nuts and tries to literally combine the two women, what scientific process could best describe what he's doing? Convection, fusion, fission, or inflation? When two nuclei are combined, it's called fusion. And when Marcia and Carol are combined, you get Meryl, or Captain Stubing.
How about it? We need a category. The category. Torture, mayhem, and bikini lines. $2,000 riding on this one. Okay, hang tight, put your fingers on your buzzers, here's the question. If you were trying to get rid of your unseemly bikini line by using your Epilady at the epicenter of a natural disaster, what kind of disaster would you most likely be experiencing? A tornado, a hurricane, an earthquake, or a forest fire? The epicenter is the point on the Earth's surface where the earthquake originates. Good thing you're using an Epilady and not a straight razor.
I need a category. Pucker up for the Founding Fathers, Master Debaters. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Let's rock. Which phrase would a perverted junior high school student not find in the Declaration of Independence? Laying its foundation, manly intercourse, hold these truths, or endowed by their creator? The phrase manly intercourse doesn't appear anywhere in the Declaration of Independence. But I think it does figure prominently in the annals of Greek history.
How about it? Hit me with a category.
All sports, all the time, you're tuned to 14.
Here's your category. Get a whiff of this. A right answer will get you 2 G's for this question. Hang on tight. Here we go. Because he's the major leaguer with the most career strikeouts, or Ks, whom should Kmart sign to an endorsement deal? Reggie Jackson, Pete Rose, Babe Ruth, or Barry Bonds? Reggie Jackson. And have you heard his asking price to do promos? He's no blue light special, let me tell you.
All right, hit me. This one's called This Little Commandment Ain't Roast Beef. You get 4,000 clams for this one. Get ready to buzz in and type. Okay, now who can forget that classic musical Singin' in the Rain? Hopefully not you. Well, if Moses' toeses really were what he supposes in a song from Singin' in the Rain, what should Charlton Heston have attached to his feet to more accurately portray Moses? Run with it, type in. Moses supposes his toeses are roses, so Chuck would have some swell-smelling feet. So, his toeses were roses, huh? Okay, and what's all that about a burning bush?
Time to pick a category.
I remember growing up on the mountain and sharing my bedroom with 14.
Well, what do we have here? Presenting a final summation. You want $6,000? Give me your right answer. Oh, that KG Matlock. He's feeling left out, what with Dick Clark and Ed McMahon having their own sweepstakes and all, so he's decided to give away his most recent earnings. If Matlock were to hold a sweepstakes with a grand prize equal to the amount he charges for a case, what would your sweepstakes mailing say? You may have already won nothing. You may have already won $33,000. You may have already won $100,000. Or you may have already won $1 million. Matlock always charges $100,000 for a case, and he always wins. Congratulations, you're obviously a very big fan of the Matlock channel. Or do you still call it TBS?
Than one. I need a category. Going up. 10, 11, 12, 14! Let's see what we got going. They call me Stud Finder because I locate the wood. You get 4,000 clams for this one. Think fast. How big is a 2x4? 2 centimeters by 4 centimeters, 2 inches by 4 inches, 2 feet by 4 feet, or 1 5/8 inches by 3 5/8 inches. Now it's called a 2x4. The board is actually only 1 5/8 inches by 3 5/8 inches. Well, what do you know? Someone's been exaggerating about the size of their
potty. All right, pick a category. Shake hands with Michael Jackson's White as a Ghost. We're talking 6K here, so pay attention. Forward march. Say Michael Jackson filmed his Thriller video at the Arlington National Cemetery. Since he's buried there, who could have starred as one of the exhumed breakdancing ghouls? Ben Franklin, Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, or Henry Kissinger? John F. Kennedy is buried at Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia along with his brother Robert. Ask not what your Tito can do for you, but what you can do for your Tito. How about a value? This question comes out to around $3,500. Get yourself ready for Who Wants to Marry an Ape Man? Alright, let's suppose Tarzan loses his main squeeze Jane and wants to find a new girlfriend. Which Jane would Tarzan most likely find in the jungle studying chimpanzee? Me, Tarzan. You, Jane Goodall, famous chimpanzee studying person. Oh, and by the way, ladies, when you do meet Tarzan, that actually is a banana in his pocket.
Okay, pick a category.
It's question 15.
The category is, so, what do you call yourself? And this one shouldn't be too tough. 4K for this one. Okay, hang tight. Put your fingers on your buzzers. Here's the question. Scotland is to Scottish as Latvia is to Latvia, Latvian, Latvianese, or Lettish. That's right, they're known as the Lettish. How did you know? You must have had a Lettish fetish.
Okay, pick a category. Category, let's do it. Getting goosed. We are talking 4 big ones. I love rifling through the police blotter. Check this one out. Suspect wanted for sexual harassment, nevertheless described in sweet terms. Suspect fled scene when approached by a group of males. Who's the suspect? Wee Willie Winky, Georgie Porgy, Bobby Shafto, or Simple Simon? Georgie Porgy, putting in pie, kissed the girls, and made them cry. Then they all took karate classes and kicked Georgie's ass. Okay, pick a category.
15th floor, lingerie, housewares, and useless trivia.
For your enjoyment, I guess that's why they call it the blues. Play your cards right, you win $4,000. Let's see how you handle this one. Which of these Eric Clapton songs would you expect to be about a guy singing the blues for a 6-winged angel? Loyola, Lay Down Shally, I Shot the Seraph, or Tears in Devon? A seraph is a celestial being which has 3 pairs of wings. And a bitchin' triple neck guitar.
Yeah. Okay, pick a category.
It's question 15, it's question 15.
Here's the category. Suddenly Robin doesn't seem so worthless. You get this question right, you pocket $6 grand. Okay, this one's a little tricky. Let's see how well you remember your superheroes. Apache Chief is to the Atom as whom is to whom. Manute Bol is to Muggsy Bogues. Bill Lambier is to the Joker. Michael Adams is to Robert Parrish, or Michael Jordan is to Greg Louganis. Apache Chief grew really big, the Atom got really small, and Manute and Muggsy were at one time the tallest and shortest men in the NBA. And both of them were much more interesting to watch than Apache Chief.
Okay, I need a category. The category, something new at the concession stand. 6,000 big ones for a right answer. Whoa, must be tough. Alright, let's see if you can put together this little eating analogy. Donner Party is to each other as The Fly is to Vincent Price, Linda Lovelace is to John Holmes, the shark from Jaws is to Richard Dreyfuss, or Nicolas Cage in Vampire's Kiss is to Roach. The Donner Party ate the Donner Party just like Nicolas Cage really ate a live cockroach while making Vampire's Kiss. Nicholas felt like he should eat the roach to add realism to the scene. Hey, here's an idea. It's called acting.
Category, please. This category is known as, where can I find a doctor like that? 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Okay, according to his big hit song, Rick Springfield wants Jesse's girl. You see, Jesse's got himself a girl and Rick wants to make her his, okay? Alright. Say Rick Springfield tries to impress Jesse's girl by introducing himself as his TV character, Dr. Noah Drake. At which of these hospitals would Jesse's girl meet him? Chicago Hope, Doctors Hospital, General Hospital, or St. Elsewhere? Back in the 80s, Rick Springfield played Dr. Noah Drake on General Hospital. Oh, and here's a bit of advice for all you guys named Jesse out there. Don't trust that Springfield guy. He ain't your friend.
What? Okay, I need a category.
Check out my new shouting calculator. 3 times 5 equals...
For your enjoyment, I love you just the way you are, more or less. Better wake up, there's 6,000 bucks at stake. Put your tray in the upright position, it's time for takeoff. If Fergus from The Crying Game and Gallimard from M. Butterfly formed a support group based on their common experience, what would be the best name for this group? Men who dress like women, men who love to think they're women, men who love men they think are women, or women whom women think are men? Fergus from The Crying Game and Gallimard from M. Butterfly both have girlfriends who turn out to be guys. Yeah, check out their co-authored best-selling book, Things That Go Bump in the...
How about it? Hit me with a category.
Flush your head down the latrine.
Ease your way with sour cream.
16.
This one's gonna be, that's pretty big, Mac. I'm paying out $2,000 if you get this one right. Get your eyes focused on the screen. Here we go. 12 beef patties, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. What's missing? Extra mayo, red tomato, special sauce, or strip of bacon? Special sauce. Maybe it's me, but I don't trust some clown feeding me something called special sauce.
Come on, we need a category. Uh-oh, press futs with Mime Door.
It's time for...
Ticklish question.
The category for this gibberish question is... The girl can't get enough. And we're going to start off with 10,000 greenbacks for this one. Remember, speed's the key. The quicker you solve this, the more money you take away. Okay, now tell me, with what ad slogan does this rhyme? Liz, take it away. Type in your answer. Hey, you try listening to scat singing and see what happens.
Alright, hit me. Uh-oh, blah 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 blah.
It's time for a triple SES fun.
Take a look at your gibberish category. What's in the package from the crazy guy? We're talking $10,000 prize on this gibberish question. Now don't get nervous, but the more time you take, the less cash you get. Okay, listen to this gibberish phrase and tell me what song lyric it rhymes with. Nuts! A freak sends me Zen death. And don't think about the punctuation. First clue, it's an REM lyric. It's an REM lyric about what a freak said to Dan Rather. Last clue, Kenneth, how often? And while you're at it, type Kenneth, type. Dan, look out!
Not a freak sends me Zendeath! Not a freak sends me Zendeath!
So they took a crazy guy's rant and made it into song lyrics. Like I always say, who needs writers?
Okie doke, give me a category.
16.
And the category is more material for Jeff Foxworthy. And this one's $4,000 for a right answer. Get ready to buzz, cause here it comes. At Texas Stadium prior to 1993, which of the following could rednecks not do at a Cowboys game? Park their pickups right outside the stadium, gulp down cheap beer, holler at folks selling weenies, or stare at the purty ladies dancing at halftime. Prior to 1993, Texas Stadium was dry.
No liquor at a football game? Well, that's downright un-American.
Okay, pick a category. Uh-oh, dress buttless blind boar.
It's time for a Snickerglish restroom.
One gibberish category coming up. Too much of a good thing. The opening value for this gibberish question is $10,000. Now don't get nervous, but the more time you take, the less cash you get. Now listen closely and see if you can tell me, what movie title does this rhyme with? You want it, you got it. Type in your answer. Oh, great. Now I've got that damn Axel Foley song in my head.
Give me a category. Well, look what you just happened upon, my little friend. You got yourself a Dis or Dat. And this Dis or Dat questions category is, it all happened before Anthony Michael Hall. Okay, I'm going to read off the names of 7 comedians, and for each one, I want you to tell me if they were a regular on Saturday Night Live, on SCTV, or both. As each one comes up, if it's an SNL alum, you press 1. If it's an SCTV alum, press 2. If it's both, press 3. And slap 4 if you want to skip it. I'll give you $1,000 for a right answer, but it's $1,000 off for each one you miss so that you don't get to. Okay, can I get 30 seconds on the clock? And we're off. Martin Short, SNL. John Candy. Dan Aykroyd. Robin Duke. Rick Moranis. Eugene Levy. One more. Gilda Radner. That'd be 7. Simply put, you rock. Check this out.
For the night. Category, please. Hey, alright. Guess what you just picked? It's time to play Dis or Dat. The category for this Dis or Dat question is the optimistic side of glam rock. Alright, I'm going to read off a list of 7 things, and for each one I want you to tell me whether it refers to David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust or the lumpy little comic strip character Ziggy. As each one comes up, if it's a song off the album The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust, press 1. If it's the title of a collection of comic strips featuring the lovable philosopher Ziggy, press 2. And if you want to skip one, press 4. $1,000 for each correct answer, and I'll take $1,000 away for a wrong answer or for one you didn't get to. Alright, let's put 30 seconds on the clock. And we're off. Jet City, Ziggy Stardust. My cartoon. Suicide. It ain't. Moon ain't dream. A rumor in his own time. One more. Fun Day Sunny. That's all she wrote. Oh yes, you rock. Check it out. Oh yeah, that's a real nice fit, isn't it? Let's...
Alright, come on, hit me. We need a category. Alright, let's see what we're doing here. Manufacturing and the 5 senses. A right answer will get you 2 G's for this question. Okay, get yourself set, it's time. If you drove by a business called the Old Factory, you might guess that they manufacture prosthetic what? Eyes, noses, ears, or tongues? Oh, go for it. Prosthetic noses. Bet it smells great in there.
Go ahead and pick one. The category is Wonderland Wares. Get this right, get $2,000. Hey, remember in Alice in Wonderland how Alice found a very small cake labeled Eat Me and a bottle of liquid labeled Drink Me? Well, if Alice also found a container of patchouli, what would the label most likely say? Hear me, smell me, fondle me, or bite me. Patchouli is a distinct fragrance derived from a small shrub of the same name. It smells like the Mad Hatter's midlife crisis.
Okay, I need a cat.
On the big bayou in Louisiana, crest on 17.
May I introduce, they never really boll-weevilled me over. $2,000 for a correct answer. Flex those fingers, cause here it comes. If the Beatles had changed their name to the Boll-Weevils, what would you expect one of their song titles to be? Leatherback Rider, Yellow Submarine Mammal, I Want to Kill Your Cotton, or Norwegian Wood Eater? The boll-weevil is a beetle which kills cotton plants. Other boll-weevil hits include Can't Buy Me Dead Cotton, Dead Cotton Lane, and Destroyed Cotton Fields Forever.
Alright, come on, hit me. We need a cat.
9 plus 8, 10 plus 7.
This one's gonna be She's Got a Ticket to Ride. Okay, $2,000 is coming your way if you get this one. Wipe off your finger and get it ready. Let's get busy. Which of the following Indy 500 Rookies of the Year is actually a woman? Jackie Stewart, Jose La Garza, Ari Lyondike, or Lynn St. James? Lynn St. James, 1992's Indy 500 Rookie of the Year. I hear the reason she won was because all the guys were too macho to stop and ask for direction.
Category, please.
The following question has been rated 17. No questions under 17 permitted.
Alright, here's the deal. Formally addressing the psychotic. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Okay, listen up. Freddy's last name in A Nightmare on Elm Street is Krueger. Jason's last name in Friday the 13th is Voorhees. Michael Myers' last name in Halloween is, well, Myers. And Pinhead in Hellraiser is just Pinhead. Who kills all of the teenagers at Camp Crystal Lake in the original Friday the 13th movie? Mr. Krueger, Mr. Myers, Mr. Voorhees, or Mrs. Voorhees? In Friday the 13th, Part 1, Jason's mom kills all the counselors to avenge Jason, who drowned at the camp because the counselors who should have been watching him were off having sex. Gee, my mom just went to PTA meetings. Do you think she didn't love me?
You ought to be really proud of yourself. All right, pick the category. Today's specialties include You Don't Know Jack. Kevorkian, you get it right, you get 2K. Yo, check it out. Based on the name of the theme song, which of the following TV tunes would Dr. Jack Kevorkian most likely whistle while he works? The MASH theme, the Quincy theme, the Chicago Hope theme, or the Welcome Back Kotter theme? Dr. Kevorkian would be whistling the theme to MASH, which is called Suicide is Painless.
Oh, Dr. Kevorkian, the suicide may be painless, but your whistling is driving me crazy.
Keep moving. All right, hit me. Here we have Mrs. Paul, average woman or superhuman fish lady. How does $4,000 grab you? Let's see how you handle this one. Which of these product names is not based on an actual person? Bengay, Dr. Pepper, Mrs. Butterworth, or Chef Boyardee? Mrs. Butterworth is a tiny glass woman filled with syrup. Not real. The Mrs. Butterworth you see in those commercials is just a tiny glass actress filled with...
How about it? Hit me with the category.
Song to sing.
The name of this category is You Don't Know Jake. You get this question right, you pocket $6,000. Okay, we're coming at you. Heads up. If the sun also rises were updated for the 90s, for what reason would main character Jake Barnes sue the U.S. Army? Causing his impotency, causing stress-induced hair loss, exposing him to Agent Orange, or getting him addicted to cigarettes? Poor Jake, life got hard for him. Or maybe not.
Take your pick. What do you say? This one's gonna be You Big Dummy. A right answer gets you $6,000. Okay, take a shot at this. If you were to Sanforize Fred Sanford, what would you do to him? Clean him, flatten him, shrink him, or hollow him out? Fabrics are often Sanforized or shrunk before being made into clothing.
Hey, you big dummy, I'm Fred G. Sanford, and the G stands for Get Me Back to My Normal Size.
Category, please. Now serving, a woman of all seasonings. $2,000 says you don't know this one. Hope you brought your suit. It's time to get wet. Suppose Mrs. Dash went on a crash diet. Because it's an even smaller amount than a dash, which of the following might you want to be called? Mrs. Scant Teaspoon, Mrs. Pony, Mrs. Jigger, or Mrs. Pinch? A pinch is about 1/16 of a teaspoon. A dash is just a little bit more. No matter how little she eats, I still say she's got too much salt in her diet.
Category time. What's it gonna be?
How many holes in golf?
18! And this category is Merry Christmas. Now get out of the way, old man. It's gonna be worth $4,000. You know, I hate to say it, but I think Santa's getting a little senile. Santa has accidentally put your presents under the Christmas tree used in a particular sporting event. If he's not careful, what might happen to him? He could get run over by a dragster, he could be pounced on by a gymnast, he could get chased by greyhounds, or he could take an arrow to the heart. A Christmas tree is the column of lights used to start a drag race. You know, the worst part would be if all this led to a sequel to that damn song Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
I need a category.
What do we got out there? It looks like 18, sir.
Okay, give it up for dates who won't shut their mouths. And get this one right, you got $4,000 coming your way. Let's see how you handle this one. Let's say Dennis Hopper wants to take his character's girlfriend from River's Edge to the Academy Awards. To prevent embarrassment, which formality should he avoid? Renting a limousine, pinning a corsage on her, picking her up at her place, or renting a tuxedo? The girlfriend of Dennis Hopper's character in River's Edge is an inflatable sex doll. He should probably keep sharp objects away from her. Of course, as soon as she's seen with Dennis, she'll probably have 3 movie deals the next day.
Throw me a category.
You know what? You're playing great. I'll stop bugging you now. You know what? Actually, just one more question. Question 18.
For your viewing pleasure. Yeah, but can he assemble an all-star band? You get a right answer, you're walking away with $4,000. Let's see how you handle this one. If Ringo Starr had the same powers as the title character in The Powers of Matthew Starr, what could he have done for the Beatles? Had George Harrison fired, played his drums without touching them, killed Paul McCartney with a single word, or foreseen the band's breakup? Amongst other things, Matthew Starr was telekinetic, so Ringo Starr would be able to play his drums without even touching them. Although some people say that Ringo's playing style already sounds as though he's never touched a drum kit.
Syrup. I need a category.
Put down that magazine, kid, until you're 18!
Coming at you, disappearing Dreyfus and other unsolved mysteries. Get a right answer, you're walking away with $4,000. Let's rock. Considering Richard Dreyfuss's character actually enters the UFO in the end of the movie, what would be a more appropriate title for Close Encounters of the Third Kind? Close Encounters of the First Kind, Close Encounters of the Second Kind, Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind, or Close Encounters Type 6B? According to UFO expert J.A. Hynek's scale, an interaction like the one Dreyfuss's character has is the fourth kind. And who knows, perhaps inside the spaceship he met a nice alien girl and had a close encounter of the fifth.
Okay, pick a category.
He's me! He's me! That's the 19!
The category, Mutant Rock Jeans. And we are talking 4,000 big ones. Okay, let's get this ball rolling. Okay, let's say the cartoon gang from Bedrock hooked up with the band originally responsible for Everyday People, and I Just Want to Celebrate. The best new band name for them would be A Flock of Flintstones, Sly and the Family Flintstones, Flintstone Sweat and Tears, or The Rolling Flintstones. Sly and the Family Flintstones.
Okay, pick a category. And this question's category is a healthy Ernie and ill Bert. Looks like a toughie, $6,000. Check this out. Which of the following list contains in order a Dilbert, a Filbert, and a Gilbert? An engineer, a nut, a comedian, a bug, a comic strip character, a wart, a pickle, a python, a composer, or a dog, a male nurse, an alcoholic beverage? The comic strip character Dilbert's an engineer, a Filbert's a nut, and Gilbert Gottfried narrowly applies as a comedian. An engineer, a nut, and a comedian are also all Jerry Lewis movie characters.
I need a category. And this one is, it's not music, it's just noise. And get this one right, you got $4,000 coming your way. Just step up and take a swing at this one. If you apply the pH scale to your radio, what type of music would send it to 0? Heavy metal, acid rock, light jazz, or deep house? The pH scale measures acidity, so acid rock would rate as 0, or strongly acid.
I don't care what it rates, it's all just noise anyway.
How about it? Hit me with the category.
Illegal use of the hands on question 19.
The category? Aces and finger rolls. I'm paying out $2,000 if you get this one right. Ready on the trigger? Pull. Because of their nicknames, tennis great Bjorn Borg and basketball star George Gervin might think which popular game was named for them. Chutes and Ladders, Battleship, Don't Break the Ice, or Ants in the Pants. Each was known as the Iceman. Surprisingly, neither one went on to a career in rap music. Don't touch this.
Okay, I need a category. The category is, what the hell do the French know anyway? $6,000 on the table, better make it good. Okay, Jerry heads, in the 1980s, Jerry Lewis directed a movie featuring former NFL linebacker Dick Butkus. So imagine this. If Lewis tried to explain to cast member Dick Butkus what his patented video assist is, how could he put it in terms that the NFL veteran would understand?
It's a boost, you boob, like Gatorade. It's an instant replay, you blockhead. It's like a camera in your jock. Oh yeah.
Or
it's like the Statue of Liberty play.
Back in the late 50s, Jerry Lewis developed the technique of hooking a video camera to a film camera so he could instantly review his scenes. The technique is still widely used today. And Dick Butkus? Well, for some reason France has yet to embrace his subtle comic stylings, but he's real big in Belgium.
Time to pick a category.
Minty cool, minty fresh 19.
For your enjoyment, spooky double duty. This one can get you $6,000. One question coming right up. Considering the two characters he played on the same 60s sitcom, what might you say about actor Ted Cassidy? He's so two-faced. He's cousins beyond compare. He's very tall and handy, or two heads are better than one. Ted Cassidy is the guy who plays Lurch, the tall butler, and Thing, the disembodied little hand on the Addams Family. Yeah, I hear you can make a lot of money doing hand jobs in Hollywood.
Kind of. Okay, pick a category.
Hey!
19! The category is completely inappropriate office behavior. How does $2,000 sound? Put it in gear, cause here we go. If you could earn a raise by doing the same thing Mario does to get coins in the original version of Super Mario Brothers, what would you have to do? Eat mushrooms, shoot your boss, jump on your coworkers, or bang your head against the ceiling? In Super Mario Brothers, Mario collects his bonus by banging his head against the ceiling. Now just work your way through the corporate maze and maybe you can move on to the next.
Alright, come on, hit me. We need a category.
Question number 20.
Next up, someone got a record contract for that, and this one's gonna be worth $2,000. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. If your name were Rich, which word would not be a part of your Banana Fana name game song? Rich, Fitch, Kitch, or Mitch? Nope, there ain't no kitsch.
Rich, rich, bo bitch, banana, banana, bo bitch, be my mom, Rich, rich.
How about it? We need a kid.
Superstar. No special. 20.
This category is whiskey business. Get this right, you're bringing home $6K. Old style beer is famous for being fully croissant. Now, if you were to croissant Tom Cruise, what would you need to do to him? Add food coloring to him for a golden color. Beat him until he's foamy. Add fermented liquid to him for carbonation, or lower him to a sub-zero temperature. To make Tom croissant, you'd add a fermented liquid to him to produce natural carbonation. You want the bubbles?
I want the bubbles.
You can't handle the bubbles.
Okay, pick a category.
Question number 20.
This one's called Rudolph the Brown-Nosed Cabinet Member. One right answer and $6,000 head your way. Remember all those Christmas specials that used animated puppets like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Well, if the Island of Misfit Toys decides to follow the economic policies of mercantilism, which of these would make the best finance minister? Heat Miser, Winter Warlock, Yukon Cornelius, or Baby New Year? If a country believes in mercantilism, they want as much precious metal as possible. So they'd want Yukon Cornelius, who's always digging and licking for gold. Yeah, if they make Yukon Cornelius their finance minister, they can make Herbie the dentist elf their surgeon general.
Okay, pick a category.
20.
Alright, let's see what we're doing here. How to pick someone up and shoot them into a net quickly. You get this toughie and I'll give you $6,000. Hope you're ready, because here's one coming at you. If you could score as quickly as NHL player Nell Stewart took between his record fastest 2 goals, how long will you have between scores? 4 seconds, 32 seconds, 1 minute 26 seconds, or 5 minutes 46 seconds? It took Nels 4 seconds to score twice. Unfortunately, no one timed him at the post-game celebration.
All right, hit me. Well, what do we have here? While you're here, talk American, and we're talking 2,000 for this baby. Listen up, kids. Get out your French dictionaries, s'il vous plaît, and complete this analogy. Royale with cheese is to quarter pounder with cheese as pret-a-porter is to what? Off the rack, haute couture, ready to wear, or tip the doorman? Robert Altman's pret-a-porter translates to ready to wear for American audiences. See how fun French is? Now you can eat well, dress well, and weave wherever you want.
category, please.
Question 20 now concludes its broadcast day.
Here we have keeping violence in the home. How does $2,000 sound? Alright, I'm guessing this won't be too much of a stretch. Say you're completely insane and decide to make a death weapon from the parts inside a standard US TV. Considering the inner workings of the set, what might your weapon be called? A cathode ray gun, a spectral ray gun, a gamma ray gun, or an optical ray gun? Not counting them modern flat screen TVs, the pictures in a standard TV are created by a cathode ray tube. So now that you have your death ray, all you need is a super secret supervillain hideout. Hey, maybe you can use the box the TV came in.
Level. Okay, I need a category. Now serving Family Ties Latin style. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Okay, TV fans and really old Roman people, get ready to complete this analogy of ancient Roman gods and warm-hearted comedy. Jupiter is to Minerva as Stephen Keaton is to Jennifer Keaton, Alex Keaton is to Mallory Keaton, Stephen Keaton is to Elise Keaton, or Skippy Handelman is to Mallory Keaton. It's a father-daughter thing. But you never think of Tina Yothers as the goddess of wisdom, especially if you saw her made-for-TV movie Laker.
Enter the attack. When the correct item is shown, you must buzz in. You will earn cash if you are correct. However, if you buzz in when the incorrect item is shown, you will lose cash. On You Don't Know Jack full stream, more than one answer could be correct or incorrect depending on what you choose. However, you must not be fooled. Just because two items go together does not mean they are the correct answer. The answers will never match unless they fit these clues.
Where did you come from? Just keep that in mind. Are you ready? We are starting. Brought to you by the cruel writers of You Don't Know Jack. Good luck.
Things I just won't swallow. Well, I don't know, I'll try just about anything once. At any rate, try and swallow this. Sensory overload. And remember, the match has to fit the clue. Alright, good luck.
How might Snoop Dogg say that? Time to test your street cred.
This city's full of good sports. Let's see what you're full of. The attack will...
On the street where you live. And I'm not talking about Sesame Street, so watch your back. Good luck.
TV in Technicolor. Now let's see if there's a pot of gold at the end of...
What's between the covers? Ooh, that sounds nutty. Well, let's find out. Good luck!
Black and white and red all over the country. My resume? No, probably not. Well, anyway, good luck.
Monster Rock Band. Now, start banging your head on the keyboard, dude.
Rated Tree G13. This ought to be fun for the kids.
You complete me like peanut butter and jelly. Good luck. The hair up there. For some, every day's a bad hair day. This plus this equals that. What new thing do these combine to make? Good luck. In the room. I hope you know what things are in what rooms. Good luck.
This rainbow.
There it is! Now that was awesome! With a grand total score of over 1 million. Yeah, I mean, whoever does that, well, yeah, it is a lot of money. I mean, it's not real, but yeah, it's pretty good. Well, yeah. Thanks for watching this 4-hour, not completely 4 hours, but yeah, nearly 4 hours. Yeah, thanks for watching this very long video, the longest video yet. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like the video and share it with your friends and comment on the video. Yeah, and if this is your first time on the channel, then you should probably subscribe. Yeah. So, well, there's not really much to do here. I mean, well, yeah. Well, all I have to say is that, well, I bid you farewell. And while I do, well, I continue to inform to you all that